with Bobby Green. Thanks for coming on. I've known you a little bit, but not real well. But you're super good friends with Nate Diaz, who's like my little brother, and Nick Diaz. First off, they don't like very many people. So how did you end up? How did you end up meeting Nick and Nate and becoming friends with them?
That's a great question. I don't remember how we got in contact. Trying to think how I got in contact with him.
Especially his weight. Nate does not like very many people.
Yeah, especially in his weight. You know what I mean? So when we met each other, that's the first thing that, like, when we started kicking, he said, listen, if we're going to be homies, we're not fighting each other. I don't fight my homies and shit. Like, if we're gonna be like this, it's like this. We're just like this from here on out. Ain't going to even be none of that. So I was like, okay, I can understand that. I'm with that.
Yeah, I can't fight my homies. That's kind of how our crew, we all had an agreement with each other, with him, Nick Diaz, Gil Melendez. We had an agreement that we were brothers. We were never going to fight each other. We'd always have each other's back, no matter what happened, no matter if we were outnumbered by a lot or what. And had a real crew, and we actually stayed loyal, and we're still all great friends. And it's rare.
Same shit for me. He said, and when he told me, he also said Gil. He said, because we're in the weight same way. He said, no Gil either. I was like, okay, cool, no Gil. But remember, is it Danny Gonzalez? What's Danny's last name? Gonzalez? Not Gonzalez.
Danny, a fighter or what?
Yeah, he was cool with Alpha Male.
Oh, is it Castillo? Maybe?
Castillo. Yeah, so me and Danny had beef, but he was cool with him. He was cool with me. So he's like, I'll just stay out of y'all beef, let y'all do y'all thing.
Right. I hate it when two friends are beefing. You're like, fuck. Like, if it's Nate, I have to take his side automatically. But if it's like two other friends, you're like, I'm trying to stay out of this.
Yeah, I don't remember where we met. I just remember the first training camp with him, He let me stay at his house. Nate is cool as a fan, bro. If he fuck with you, he fuck with you. He let me sleep on this couch. Yeah. I slept there for like 2 weeks and just learned everything, riding around with him every day. Just everywhere he went, I was with him. And so I got to see what he was dealing with. He was getting $1 million calls, boxers calling for $1 million here or there. He's like, bro, I'm dealing with this. I can't do this. And just understanding what it would be to be in those in the big boy pants,
No, it's crazy because to me, I look at him as like his little brother, and I've watched him just turn into a superstar. But he's still the exact same dude, real as fuck. And it's like his fame's crazy. Like last week we were out. At the end of the night, he didn't feel like taking any pictures. He's great with fans, but he was like, I don't feel like taking pictures tonight. I was telling people no, and they were like freaking out, yelling at him, following us like we were being assholes. And I was like, bro, he's been taking pictures all night. He just didn't feel like taking any more pictures. And once they start cussing you out, then you're really gonna take a picture with them. It's like, fuck you, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Shit like that is like insane when you see that. Because Nate like always takes pictures of fans, but one time he didn't for a second, and they start like freaking out, trying to not fight him, but just yelling at us and shit. It's like, fuck you guys.
Jeez. And that's that big boy shit. Like I've dealt with a little bit of that, but not to that level. When you're at that level, it's nuts,
Like I said, I have a small amount of fame, which it's mostly all positive for me, Yeah. Sometimes you're not in a mood occasionally, and you're like, your kids or something is not in a mood, but for the most part, it's been all positive. But being around guys like Nate, Chuck, you're like, fuck, bro, this is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I kind of like where I'm at, where I can still be cool in certain spots, They can go certain places, and, like I've been in situations where they're like, I was with another chick, and then some people were filming me, and then like you see the chick in the background, and the other girl call like, "Hey, what are you doing?" It's really worse for those guys,
Yeah, I don't fuck around shit anymore. But there was a point, when I was, got a couple girls you're seeing and shit. I never tell them all exclusive, but they're shit's getting sent to them, and you're just like, oh man, this is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, you can't do it nowadays like that.
Luckily, there was less films before, but now there's just cameras everywhere.
Facts.
You go trying to walk through, people putting cameras in your face. Like, get that fucking shit out of my face.
It's just new shit, new guy, new world, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody want to see everything.
I saw one, I can't remember his name, a rapper. Someone comes and put his phone in his face, and he grabbed it and just fucking chucked it. He's just like his comment was like, bro, come and say hi. You don't just put a camera in my face. I'm a human. I agree with that. People they forget you're human, I think.
Yeah, but what happened with the Connor situation? I think Connor, where somebody did do the same thing, put the phone in his face, and then he took the phone, smashed it, and now he's got a lawsuit or something, And so I don't know where that gray line is, or where that line is where you can't invade my space, but then I can't take your property, And so
yeah, I mean, obviously I shouldn't take someone's phone if they do that, but someone also shouldn't put their fucking phone in your face. So
where's that line at?
It becomes a gray area. Exactly. It's like you have to respect someone's like people will come up and like grab Nate and shit, and I'm protective of him. Now I've learned that he handles fans so well. I remember when he first got that, because he's always kind of famous, but then he just like jumped way more famous than all of us. People would come up and like grab him. It's like, bro, don't touch my fucking friend. But then now I see like, okay, Nate actually deals with the fans really fucking good, so I'm just leave him be.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're just like, bro, what people Some of his fans are the worst too, dude. I'll see grown men screaming like little bitches and shit. It's like, dude, in front of their girls, like, bro, this is embarrassing. Your chick's gonna look. You're gonna be looking at this guy, being like, I should slide in this guy's DMs.
Okay. If you really want to talk about Nate's shit, like for me personally, it's the crew, all the homies, all the homies and what they got to do. That's who I really feel for. Like I've been around just a few nights, and in those few nights, scraps, problems. Everywhere we go, dealing with that type of energy,
I've been working really hard. I'm too old, I realized. We were in Thailand. I don't know if you saw that. We got in a scrap with a bunch of Chechnya Mafia dudes. After that, I'm like, bro, we're too old. We need to stop and get in fights. And a lot of it's not our fault.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's where all they be at. They be over there thick over there.
But we didn't realize we were walking into it was a setup because Chechens didn't like Nate. We didn't even think about it. We got booked so quick. We were getting paid hella money. We're like, oh, hell yeah. Nate's like, hey, bro, you gonna back me up out here? I'm like, I'm not gonna leave him hanging out there. So I'm like, all right, I got you. Went out there, shit just popped off right away.
Damn.
Like we just landed and we were in multiple fights in the first couple hours.
Shit.
That situation, we had no choice. But then it did go, I gotta stop getting in fights. And a lot of it's not our fault. It's because we have that image now, and everywhere we go, people are testing us, and the younger guys we with want to like start shit. So it's like, okay, we need to get a smaller crew, probably need security. Like that type of shit. Because he's dealing with several lawsuits.
That's what I was going to get to. I want my boy dealing with these lawsuits and shit, He's like, he said he had to pay like $30K to the little lookalike guy.
Little faggot Jake Paul.
Yeah, he said some sense like, to me, fuck all that. I ain't give my money to nobody, over some bullshit. So I try to be cool and try to slide out of most situations unless they really like run into me, Like when I had the situation with Armin came at me. I didn't have no problems. I'm just sitting on my phone. I look up at the 6 fucking Armenian guys around me. I'm like, well, shit, I'm not gonna
you were
bitch
solo
out
too, right?
What'd you say?
Were you by yourself?
Yeah, by myself, solo.
That's bitch shit.
Yeah, solo. But security's all around and shit like that. So I'm like, it's not gonna be a situation like that. But if you want to try it, get down. I told him get down, and they didn't do nothing. So I'm like, bro, back up. So I try to push him back. Then he mushes me, whatever. Security comes, blocks it up. But then later on that, at like 10, 15 minutes later, maybe 30, I'm going to go get my suit. I run into all his homies. Ain't no security now, And so now I'm swinging on all of them, And so the thing is, we get that character, but it's not something that we're trying to do, Some shit comes to us, bro.
That's why I'm like, fuck, bro. I got to make a really effort to stop getting in these fights. Look like sometimes you just can't help it though. Like what can I do to change? Like the young guys are with, being like, hey, let's try to avoid it. It's hard though when these dudes are coming up, tested you. You got like a rep to hold. It's just like I'm too old for that shit.
Man, everybody want to test themselves against a fighter, especially if it's liquor around, and we got that liquid courage. Then those guys start coming at you and trying to touch you and.
It's usually when you're like with 1 or 2 people and you're way outnumbered or shit. And for me, if I have to fight another pro fighter, if they're talking shit, I'll do it. Like, I don't know if you saw that Mike Jackson dude.
Yeah.
He was running his mouth.
He don't even call him a pro fighter. That fucking camera guy. No, he's a camera guy.
I can't believe he was in the UFC, bro. He doesn't belong there. But to me, if you're in the UFC at my weight, that means you're game. And he was running his mouth. We agreed to fight on site. I seen that little bitch ass. He's just like, oh, well, let's fight in Texas instead. It's like, Butch, we've already agreed to fight on site. He's running all circles around the UFC PI.
I'm amazed how that guy fought in the UFC so long. Like, I'm sorry to say it. I don't want to be the guy that keep nothing, but I feel like the UFC keeps certain guys around, They kept him just for CM Punk, And CM Punk, whatever guy's name, was supposed to beat him, But somehow that didn't work out, and Mike Jackson actually won. But he was supposed to. We only kept you around to get beat up by him.
Bro, he's such an awful fighter. When I grabbed him, bro, he felt
horrible.
Like a chick. I just chucked him on the ground. We're at the UCPI, and he's screaming,
fighter.
Help,
I'll call him a camera guy. He ain't no fighter.
Yeah, I agree. But to me, him being in the UFC makes it where it's that allows me to beat him up. Bitch tried suing too, pressing charges. Such a punk little bitch.
Okay. So that's a great, interesting thing I wanted to ask you about. I think you are kind of a controversial person. Am I right to say that?
Yeah, I'm extremely controversial.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so one thing when I was talking about, we were talking about Nate. Nate broke this down for me, and it just made perfect sense. And ever since he said that shit, it's always been built in me now. And we both get it. It's like, he's like, when you say fight, like you go watch a fight, you touch in your YouTube fight, what do you want to see? What are you gonna see? You're gonna bunch of guys fucking going at it, fighting. Somebody getting knocked out. Somebody drop somebody on the ground, getting socked up. And so that's a fight.
Yeah.
But somewhere in there, it's gotten real murky. Where the way the culture's being ran.
Yeah.
And I feel like the UFC tried to grow the industry to make it global.
Yeah.
But when it got global, because we want everybody's money, it saturated the game. Where I feel like, I'm sorry to say it, but we lost the Americans. There's not many Americans around.
No, there's not that many top Americans anymore, and it's kind of sad. We were always dominating MMA. We still have some good fighters, but it's not like it was before.
Not like it was before, and no knock to the other countries, no disrespect, but they're hungry.
Yeah.
They want it. So they're going to go get it more than some of the average Americans. But not on top of that, the pay. The pay it's different.
Yeah.
Like I was watching on my Instagram and I saw Charles Oliveira, and he's laying on the floor making weight. When he's laying on the floor, he had 20 guys like around him and stuff.
Damn.
They're all praying. They all had the blonde hair. They're all committed
They're all making
to
money on him, huh?
him. His win is their livelihood. He's going to take care of all these guys with him. They're a family. They're a camp. You know what I mean?
That's an excellent point.
And I try to take care of my guys the same, but my money
But it's hard
doesn't
in
go
the
the
US.
same
Yeah,
way.
no, it's hard, 'cause in Brazil, the money goes far.
If I make 200 grand and he makes 200 grand, those are two different
That's true.
spaces in
and
two different
having
countries.
20 guys around you to help, that fucking adds a lot.
Changes
That's an
everything.
excellent point you're making. And
They're
like
committed more.
some of these countries too, they don't have anyone else, so the whole country's behind them. They can get more sponsors, and
They're
that does help
invested.
a lot.
They're more invested. Everybody's. And so when I go out the city, I might get a couple beeps down when I'm running through my city. I run through my city. Beep, 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 cool. But no, if I was the countryman, they'd stop and be 50 people running behind me to keep me going, to help me,
Yo,
It's different.
like Marab I had on, he went home. They're having like parades for him. He couldn't walk down the streets. He's like a god out there. So it's like that for a lot of these guys in these countries. They're the first one to make it. Their whole country's behind them. America, we're not that loyal either. A lot of times we don't go for our own people. It's just not much loyalty in America.
Yeah,
for
we
the
got too
American
much
fighters.
rivalry. We got too many choices. We got too much animosity that we can't stick just with Americans. We're trying to have a White House card, and we got no Americans.
Yeah, because John Jones, is he retired? Not retired?
He just came back. I come back for the White House.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've been kind of a dickhead in terms of, are you going to be able to stand up and be a real American? That we can be proud of.
I like
where it's like,
Jones.
oh well, you're fake gold. You're kind of shining the light, but really we know your history and you be doing a bunch of bullshit.
He's had a lot of bullshit mistakes. I like Jones, so I don't want to like bash him. But
I'm not trying to bash him, but
he's
keep it
fucked
real.
up so many times. Where it's
Keep
just
that
like,
shit real.
It got hard to defend him after a while. You're just like, God damn.
After the third and fourth,
8th, 10th,
you're
30th,
like,
you're
damn.
like, God damn, I like you, John, but like, Jesus.
Bro, it's got me to the point where
Buy
I'm
a
thinking,
driver.
I don't know, bro. It's got me to the point where got me thinking, it's a conspiracy. It's like, if I don't do what they say, all of a sudden I get a case.
He just
like,
got another one, didn't he?
Yeah. And I'm
was
like,
just
is this some funny thing? Connor don't do what they say. He get a case. I'm like, is this some conspiracy?
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm crazy
Yeah.
like that. Think
You
conspiracy.
don't play with you.
Don't listen to me. I smoke weed. I'm too high.
Yeah.
I get crazy ass conspiracies. But I'm like, these guys say no. They
then
don't
they
do
get-
what
and they
they
get
do.
arrested.
And then they get arrested. They got a case all of a sudden.
And
I'm like,
they get sued. And
It's
then,
very strange,
It is interesting. Connor's
But-
had a bunch of cases after the UFC. Nate got sued fucking for bullshit.
And so let's go a little deeper though. And so now that we got the other countries involved, we talked about fighting. I come to see a fight. Let me ask you this. What you think about the Chimaya and the DDP fight?
It was kind of shit.
Oh, gosh. I knew you were going to say it before. And we didn't speak
Yeah.
about this before.
Yeah, no,
We
it
didn't
was
speak
just-
about this before. I
mean,
knew you were going to say it.
And I'm a grappler too, but he wasn't going for anything, bro. Like, go for a finish. Try to fucking tap the guy out or try to TKO him. If you're a grappler, you should be trying to tap the motherfucker out. You shouldn't be like,
Yeah.
just trying to. He was definitely happy just to sit there and hold him.
Yeah, and so back to what Nate said, a fight. And so here we got this huge big fight where we think everybody's excited to see it. And Nate called it too. Was like, that shit sucked.
Such a letdown, yeah. I was excited for that fight myself. I was all pumped for that fight, and it was just sitting there bored out of my mind.
I'm sitting there with my homies, and they don't watch MMA, you know?
Like, what's
I looked at all of them, they're all looking at their phones. And I'm like,
And you're like
oh.
embarrassed, right?
Yeah,
It's almost like
yeah.
embarrassing if you're a fighter and then that's happening.
Because it's the main event, you're thinking like, and we're trying to compete with boxing and all this stuff, and this is the main event we give. And so what I'm saying is that the market got saturated where I'm not trying to hate, but certain countries just hasn't got on the exact program yet. The Brazilians got it down. The Brazilians will fight.
They go for
They'll
it,
fight
yeah.
their asses off.
They're
They
crazy,
got it down.
crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah, they got it down. But the Russians, they kind of still figuring that part out. And they're okay
they're more
with
athletes than fighters.
You know what I mean? I respect what they got. They're strong, big and strong, and they wrestle cool. You know, but it's like, it's not exciting. And we're in the business of entertainment. I know it's a match and you're trying to win, but sometimes I'd rather just do this thing to be entertaining more than to win, because if I can't give you something that you can remember me for, then what is it for?
Yeah, the UFC does reward that too. Like guys like you, they love it. Probably, hopefully, they give you bonuses and
The
stuff.
Americans, Justin Gaethje, you know what I mean? The fucking Chandler, fucking Diaz, all these guys that are going to.
That's
the
why
Americans.
Diaz again is a huge fan favorite because he always fucking brings it. Well, you, I read, have the most significant strikes in any 155-pounder landed. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I saw that in the UFC.
Put in work, bro. Yeah, put in work.
That means you're a hustler. I
try to go. I'm trying to fight.
Yeah,
I try to bring the fight. That's what's very
you
important.
And Diaz had some exciting ass sparring with like both your guys' pace. Just go.
Oh, yeah, ask him about it sometimes. See what he says. You know.
I will. Like I told him, and have Bobby on. Is he cool? He's like, oh yeah, he's hella cool.
That's my dog. That's my dog, man. We were sparring, and he says something. I couldn't. He said something like, what did he say? He said something like, you do. I don't remember exactly what he said, so I ain't gonna say that. But he said something funny, like, you're like Connor. He said something like that, you know? And we ended sparring. I went home, and I thought about it all night. I was like, what did he mean by that, you know? Yeah. I'm like, Connor.
Is that an insult or a compliment?
You know, exactly, you know? So I was just pondering on that shit all night. Smoking on that shit, like, man, I was there. So we came back the next day, we boxing. I was like, hey, what you mean by that shit? He's like, well, you kind of like, you got power like Connor, you hit hard, you know? But yet, you can move and you don't stay there. Like, and so I was like, oh, the way he broke it down. That's kind of interesting the way he saw. He's like, I'm going to use you for the next Connor fight.
Yeah.
That sounds like dope.
You keep high output while keeping power. So you must pull your power a little bit, right? When you're throwing that many punches.
Yeah.
High-level boxers, people don't realize they pull a lot of their shots and then they mix in really hard ones. Hey guys, if you're opposed to genocide and support free speech, go to fightbackpodcast.com and buy yourself some cool shirts. As many of you guys know, I run a free speech podcast. That comes as a price. It's being demonetized everywhere. So one way to support the podcast is to buy your books from AntelopeHillPublishing.com. Today's selection is The Trans-Industrial Complex. This book covers the money-making machine of the trans industries and shows it's not to help people, but to make money and get rich. So again, if you want to support the podcast, go to AntelopeHillPublishing.com and be sure to use promo code FIGHTBACK. That'll save you money and support me. Thank you.
That's true. It's great that you understand it, but the average fighter doesn't understand it. It's like people go like, well, you don't knock people out. It's like I pull my punches because I understand that we're in a race, you know? And our gas tanks are so big, you know, and every choice we make in there sucks that gas tank a little bit more. You shoot a shot, it takes this much of the gas tank. You throw a punch, it takes this much. So I have to make these proper choices on what to do to be a little bit ahead of you for when the going gets tough, I can go a little harder than you. And so I may tap, pop, pop, see if I'm touching you. Yep. I might even miss. So why am I trying to hit you hard and I'm not even gonna miss? That's a possibility too. And so you have to think about all those different things in the fight.
Yeah, too many MMA guys, they just power everything, then they gas out. I sparred Nick and Nate a lot. They do that where they mix it'll be light, hard. People are like, oh, hit hard. It's like, bro, they can fucking hit hard sometimes when they turn them over. They have a ton of knockouts because they keep that fucking pressure on you. And they can stay in your face because a lot of their punches aren't that hard. You don't think they're
hitting hard, bro, but they're actually
But then they'll mix a zinger in there too. They'll have like different rhythm, ding, 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 bam. And you're like, oh shit, you got a little fucking snap.
But even those other punches, they don't like gotta be knockout shots. They're just stiff.
Yeah, just getting stiff enough to get you touched over and over, getting your head jarred. Yeah,
you know, they're stiff enough that you're like, hey, I don't want to keep doing that. You know, that's stupid.
You know, I think it's a little off subject, but the underrated jab, GSP, bro. When he would hit me with his jab, it snapped my whole head back. You know, there's different types of shots in a fight, would sometimes be like a thud with him.
He
It was
had
like
a jab.
snap.
That was
it
his
was
move.
like bam, like it like I'm like, oh fuck, that hurt. The first one, after a couple, they stopped hurting. But usually shit don't hurt in a fight. But the first one, I'm like,
Bust
fuck,
that nose
that
up
guy
real
hit me
good,
fucking
yeah.
hard with a fucking jab.
Should be a long night when a guy got a good jab, you know?
I think
Real
the jab's
shit.
way underutilized in
Yeah.
MMA too.
Fuck yeah. So back to what I was saying, it's like with the Shamaev fight, what I'm trying to point out is like that fighting is they're changing the culture, you know, where that's what it's gonna be. Arman got mad at me. Well, Arman was mad at me because I was like, bro, you're fighting like that. And it sucks. And he got mad because I said it sucks.
Is that why he came and approached you?
That's
talking
why he
shit?
got mad because it said it sucked. I'm like, I didn't know that was that bad to say. When I didn't think it was an issue. If you had that big of an
You're
issue
speaking your
over it,
mind, you know?
they asked me a question. I gave the answer. I didn't come out and fuck Arman. No, they asked me what I think. Said he sucks. Like it's boring. It's boring. And so those guys don't understand that. Only person I think is starting to get it is Islam. Islam's starting to try to change his style because why?
He started to go for finishes.
He's
and
starting.
stuff. Yeah,
No, he's always been kind of going for more finishes, more so he's mixing the striking aspect with the finishes, where he's just not just sitting
More
there,
exciting,
you know, more exciting.
Islam is a good fighter. You can't deny that.
I'm not denying he's a great fighter, but what I'm more so saying is that he was just this style of fighter.
Yeah.
Now he's actually opening up more to be more exciting.
Oh,
Like he actually still with Dustin.
No, you're right. Now that you mentioned it, his stand-up has gotten way better. He's,
Yeah,
or
he's
at
still
least
with
he's
Dustin.
using it a lot more.
Yeah, he's
And
still with
looking
Dustin.
good.
And I saw like, and now you can respect that. I was like, that's his best fight so far I saw that I like of his. Or like, actually, I give you respect because he mixed it up. You know?
Yeah, Khabib never stood that much. He had like a heavy ground and pound style though that was like fairly exciting at least because he would fucking pound the shit out of people, especially towards the end of his career, his last few fights.
But see, to me personally, I still thought he was boring too. But I think it's not that. I think it was the fact of who he was fighting.
Yeah.
I think it was who he's fighting more so like the fact that he could do that to you. You know, this great fighter, he comes on and he's dogging Michael Johnson. He's dogging Gaethje, you know, or some guys like that, you know? And so when he's doing those things, that's what it's like, oh my God, no one's seen Gaethje be grabbed up by Islam. No one's ever seen Michael Johnson be grabbed up like that. So it's like, wham.
No, I think you're right. He just looked so impressive his last like 4 or 5 fights where he was taking these guys like Gaethje, like you said, and just manhandling them. We're like, okay, this is impressive. And Conor, he wasn't the best grappler, but there was a shit talking. He starts talking shit to Conor mid-fight, and then he jumps over the cage to.
But it's what they
kick.
did to him. He ran you through. He controlled you, ran you through, and so that. But all I'm saying too is back again is that they have that option to like. Chimaev was going tight around the race, you know? In wrestling, if you drop a knee down, it's illegal. You can't lock your hands.
Yeah.
You know? But in
that's
MMA,
true.
it's okay. So I can keep my hands locked. He just keep his hands locked.
Interesting point you just made. Hey, wrestling, you can't lock your hands.
Can't
right
lock your hands
there.
because it would stalemate the.
And in freestyle, they stand you up right away.
Yeah, it would stalemate it, you know? And so nothing would happen because this guy's got such a great grip. He doesn't have to let go. We'd have blow the time away and nothing would ever happen. And so they have that rule for that reason. So Chimaev doesn't have to let go. He just holds,
And he leans his weight forwards on you, yeah.
Put you back in your hands, and then when you're starting to get tired, then go, you know? And that's the punch. And that's he hit like they said he hit like 1,000 shots.
But they were like-
but it was like a
Yeah, like that.
you know?
Those shots from the crucifix were embarrassing, bro, because crucifix is a deadly position. He was just chilling there going like this.
Bro,
Like, come
we're
on,
fighters,
bro.
so we know
Cut
what's
off
up.
on him. Yeah, cut
but
off
I'm
on
trying
him.
to break that down to my homies.
Oh, that was
they don't
bad.
know they don't know what's going on. They don't know that this is supposed to be over.
He should be bam, bam,
This
bam.
is over. It's over already. Once you get somebody in a crucifix and he can't get out of it,
He just chilled
it's
there
over.
for several minutes, like a couple occasions. Like, how are you not like
Bro, he sat there so long. He read a book. He
read the Quran?
He thought about it. He said, hey, you know what? I forgot I can elbow the guy. Oh, yeah, we can do this too.
Yeah, he should do at least
It took
little
him
hammer
2
fist.
rounds to figure that out. He was in.
Because you could push the head back even and then bam, like slide an elbow.
It took him 2 rounds to figure that out.
Yeah.
DDP, I felt so bad for that guy. He got that put on him like 1 minute into the round. You know how that felt like to be in a crucifix,
It's
bro.
absolutely humiliating.
And
Sometimes
you bust your
I'll put
ass to
fighters
get
there
out of
and
that.
just sit there and hold it sometimes just to humiliate them, bro. I've had like UFC guys, I say names, like walk out of practice in the middle of practice. I held him there for a whole round. Dude stormed out like all pissed off, cussing. I'm just like, it's
I
humiliating,
feel so bad
bro.
for GDP because I know he bust his ass to get out of that, and he still didn't get out of it. He just got out of the round and then get put in it again and bust his ass, but not try to blow his energy all the way because you know you're going 5 rounds. So he's trying to conserve.
It's one of the positions. Like if I put someone there and just held him, it's almost like a sign of disrespect, bro. It's like it's a fighter. If someone holds you there, it's almost disrespecting.
But it's even more embarrassing for Chimaev that he couldn't finish the position. You know what I mean? It was so embarrassing. It was funny to me. It was like, what the hell is going on? Because 90% of fighters in that position finishes that position.
No, you should finish it, or you unload on him in the guy's case, but you got like 8 good elbows before they get out.
That brings to my point. You just said it. If you unload, he gets away.
But you fuck him up a little
back
bit.
Back to the tight waist. If he unloads, which actual guys will do, is open it, bam, give you one.
Yeah.
But he'll get away. But they don't want to risk that. They don't want to take those chances, you know?
No.
I'll hit a guy, he'll start getting away. I'll say,
kick him in the head on the way out.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll chill. I'll earn my shit.
Yeah, no, but you bring,
I'll earn whatever the situation, position we're in. I'm okay with being there where I'll earn, I'll be fine. So whatever the situation, I'm okay with the situation. Even if I'm on my back, on top, you know what I mean? I'm okay with the situation.
You're a good grappler, good stand-up guy.
You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere.
So
you prefer standing over the ground, or you don't really care that much?
I prefer it because of what the fans want to see.
Because that's what they prefer.
I'm actually a pretty good grappler, bro. I like to grapple, bro.
I've seen you look pretty good in some grappling matches. I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty good. People are like, oh, I don't have any grappling. I'm like, yeah, grapple because you were a good wrestler too first, right?
Yeah. And so I can grapple too, but it's just what the fans want to see. And that's what, as fighters, we have to understand what's exciting, you know?
No, it is true.
What's
I was
exciting?
more of a grappler, and I should have probably done more stand-up looking back, because you're like, oh, the fans want to see more of the stand-up. You know, at least I went for submissions and shit, but it's okay, the fans want to see more stand-up.
Yeah. That was my biggest knock on you as coming up before I became part of Diaz, and I was watching you. I was a fan of yours because of your finishes, your great submissions, and your holds. You do some interesting things in grappling that no one else does, or no one knows that. Like you were like the new groundbreaking of how to grapple, where guys didn't know how to deal with how you're grappling them. You know,
yeah, just pass their guards, go to mount. No, I definitely have some unusual shit.
But still, you still get up there and bow. You know.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to finish.
Yeah, you still get up there and do that.
I don't naturally have insane power
shit, but
I'm trying to finish.
Your friends are in the crowd and they be like, "Hey, bro, what were you doing?"
I'm not gonna sit there and just hold on someone. And
what were you doing?
There. Yeah,
I got homies that will boo me if I was sitting up there.
I have to go back to Nick and Nate and Gil.
What the fuck was that?
Because we were harsh on each other.
Yeah,
we loved each other, but you're also harsh on each other. When you care about each other, you are harsh sometimes. Like, hey, that shit sucked. You better step it up. Even if you win sometimes, like, oh, that wasn't good enough. And there's times when you might lose, but it's like, oh, that wasn't a terrible fight still. Usually it is, but there's times, I lost GSP. It was like, okay, it wasn't a terrible fight. I'm bummed I lost it, but like.
I tell all the homies the same thing. All the homies in my gym, hey, we go to the fights, I'll tell them the same shit. I'll critique them. But even back at the gym, I'll be like, hey, you got to be excited. Hey, it's the show. Where's your big bam, bam, get out there. It's the last 5 seconds. Go hard, bam, bam, give them something exciting to see.
No, exactly. You got to be selling too. You're 100% right. What fighters are you checking out right now? Is there anyone you like or not really?
Damn.
What's the 55-pound guy? He's exciting. Tapora.
Tapora? Yeah, Tapora's dope. Tapora's dope. I like Tapora. He's sick.
But yeah, not very many top Americans anymore. But some of the guys are maybe a little lazy in America and stuff too. I don't know. Some of these guys don't spar that hard. Some do. Guys like Sean Strickland. You train with Sean, right?
Yeah. Me and Sean have a long history, you know?
He's crazy.
Fucking nuts, where we got to love-hate. I hate him, but I love him.
I so understand, bro. Exactly how I feel with Sean. Sometimes, like right now, I'm a little pissed at him, but he's still like fucking like him too. But sometimes he does dumb shit where you're like, bro, why the fuck did you do that?
It's fucking...
Like he'll talk shit to one of your friends or something, and it's like, bro, like why are you fucking doing that shit? I love the guy, but he just does dumb shit sometimes.
Man, so the thing about Sean and me and Sean both come troubled backgrounds, you know, where he's dealt with his issues and I have mine. We come from broken homes. And so when we met each other, 16, 18, 19 years old, fighting and shit. And he didn't understand certain things. Like one issue we had, it was, I came first time, my dad's a white guy. And he
I saw that.
Yeah, and he got his black belt under Sean's coach. So his black belt is Sean's coach, And so we got our school, he got their school, but we still fuck with each other. So he's like, hey, can you come in and help him? He's been beating everybody else up, but we need to work on his stand-up stuff. So I'm a 55er. Sean's a 185er.
Yeah.
I come in, we're going to do a couple rounds. Going in, boom, boom, I'm beating Sean up. Bang, 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 And so we finish a round, and after the round ends, I'm over there in the corner. I'm just walking back and forth. I'm going, whoa, whoa, you know? I'm just kind of getting hyped, you know? Hyped up, you know? And I'm just hyping myself up, you know? And so Sean sees that and takes that as disrespect. He like, what the fuck, you know? He disrespecting. So you go ding, ding. He takes off. He just pushes me, shoves me against the wall, and starts trying to take off on me, you know? But we bumped into his coach. Bumped into his coach. I'm trying to like, my
shit,
bad, coach,
fell.
you know, thinking that he's going to stop. Yeah, fuck, bam, bam, crack, you know? And so he gave me a concussion and shit. Fucked me up. So I'm riding home. I'm throwing up all out the window and shit. And I keep telling my dad, like, why you keep making me go over here, you know? Like, this guy's way too big, you know? He's a fucking dick, you know? But we got to help him. Nobody else wants to work with Sean. Sean would just fuck people up. That's what he did. He's still known to this day. He just goes around and fucks people up.
He's a bully, you know. He trains Extreme Couture, Matt. He bullied. Sometimes he'll bully guys who are like beginners and shit too, where it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, and so that's what I would see, and I'd stick up for that type of shit, and me and him always get into it for stuff like that. So after that time, I yelled at him about that bullshit. He was, you're disrespecting me. You're disrespecting me. I'm like, what? Because I was wooing, you know. So then, as you know, we have another boxing situation where we had this guy named Lewis Rose. He boxes, great boxer. He at the time, just fucking sick. So Lorenz Larkins was with us. There's another guy with us, Lewis Rose, Johnny Bravo. All these guys are black guys, you know? Sean got no filter. None of the white guys want to spar with Sean. Only the black dudes, you know? And so Sean's like, man, you guys are the only guys that want to box me. I'm going to go, who, Sean? What do you mean you guys? Like,
you guys.
You know, you guys. You niggas, you know?
He's had some dumb
He's got no filter, you know? And so I just be like, man, he just rubs me wrong. But he's just an open book. Who he is who he is, and you got to kind of understand him, you know?
No, like I said, sometimes he irritates me, but then also overall I kind of like him. He does, you know, he does say ridiculous shit. He's gotten to some of the Muslims guys too, just saying ridiculous shit. Islam, and it's like, bro, you can't, you know, be insulting these guys' religion. They take this shit serious. You know, it's like, but overall I like him, but he can be irritating as fuck.
Yeah. And so we're boxing. Lewis Rose beats up Lorenz Larkins. Then he beats me up. Then Sean's third. And so what he was doing in the round, like he be so advanced, better than you. He be boxing you, right? Then he'd do something where he look off like this, and then hit you with something, you know, not even looking at you, just beat you up, you know? And so now it's Sean's turn. He doing the same thing he did to us.
Which guy was this? His
name is Lewis Rose.
Okay.
You know? So he did the same thing he did to us, he did to Sean. Sean, and we're just boxing. We're not MMA or nothing.
Yeah.
Sean snatched him in a headlock, put him in the corner, boom, pin, you know? We had to go in there and break it up and shit. And I'm like, Sean, what the fuck are you doing, you know? You know, he's disrespecting me. You disrespecting me, you know?
But it's boxing. You got to keep it boxing.
But it's boxing. That's what
the guy tries to throw you or something. I beat a box one time, but he tried throwing me. So I'm like, oh, now it's on. Now I can get Mountain T off on him.
Yeah, if a boxer start grabbing me up too much, oh, you want to wrestle?
Yeah,
I can wrestle.
Then I'll choke you. Yeah,
you know,
grab me too much.
I don't need to grab you. Don't grab me. You know, I can box. Let's box. That's what you want to do.
No, exactly.
And so we're in that sport. Let's do that sport. I'm trying to explain it to Sean. He just started yelling and going off crazy. I was like, man, this guy's an idiot. Yeah. And ever since then, he's been fucking people up left and right. I just go, that guy's nuts. I stay out of his way.
No, he's gotten a lot better. I mean, he's really had that peak where he like started training really hard, putting it together. His stand-up's awkward. He's not like, he doesn't hit the hardest, but he's hard to hit. Like his distance, his parrying, it's like awkward, but it's hard to hit him.
Who you think taught him that?
You teach him that shit or what?
Who you think taught him that?
Is that you? I remember I sparred one day. I was getting awkward.
I'm not just saying me. I'm not going to take all credit.
But your coach is
the niggas. This is my message to Sean. This is my message to Sean. If he sees this. Sean, I used to think of him as like a little racist bastard, you know? But he's just being himself. At that time, I was a broken kid too. And so he always got rubbed wrong, and he just who he was, you know? But then, now that I'm older, I'm like, okay, I get it now. And so all those things that he does, he fights like a nigga because he started moving with the niggas. Lorenz Larkin, Johnny Bravo, me, Willie Gates. He joined all the black guys, so he knew how to do that Philly shell stuff. We all did it.
It's frustrating. So I'm trying to hit him, and he's
we
like,
all did that shit.
Good jab, and parry and moving. You're
that's where he gets it from.
He's way harder to hit than people realize.
And so what I wanted to tell him was, that my message to Sean was, Sean, you be making me feel that way, but he never realized all his best friends were black. You know? I realized that.
He's not a very good racist.
all his best friends are black. He started getting butthurt because Curtis wouldn't be his friend no more.
Yeah, they got into it, bro. I don't know if their friends are again, dude. They got into
be
it.
my friend again.
Dude, they got in the worst fight one day at the gym. I went to break it up. I thought it was Sean, and then Curtis was to say the most fucked up shit. I'm like, oh fuck, bro.
Because he's probably tired of taking this shit.
Yeah,
Curtis is a cool guy, you know.
No, I like both of them, but I figured it was Sean starting it. And I went up there. I'm like, oh, Curtis is going after him.
And so all I'm saying is the black guys be the coolest, and I'm just waiting for him to get that. His other best friend was Lorenz, you know, like we teach you how to fight.
No,
we help you with all your shit. We the coolest, you know?
So it's funny, I booked this interview and someone's like, oh, bro, he's racist. He's not going to like you. He's going to think you're racist. Then I Googled Bobby Green racist, and then your white dad popped up. I'm like, you don't look that racist to me.
So
like,
he told you that about me?
You just some random dude. I don't know why he told me that.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, and he's going to think you're racist. And I'm like, well, I met him before. We were cool. And then I Googled it, and I saw you with the white dad saying, like, exactly what you said was like a really positive message. And I'm like, oh, this dude's cool as fuck. I don't know why the guy said you were fucking, why the guy said you were racist. I don't know, like, what game. I have no idea, like, what game
That's
that
interesting.
mind.
You know what I mean?
He was just some random dude. I don't know why he.
Everybody's in everybody's business. I get caught a bunch of stuff like from that shit, like doing that. At that time, we were dealing with the Black Lives Matter bullshit, you know? And I'm not putting down Black Lives Matter. Black lives do matter. I'm a nigga, bro. You know what I mean? I stand for my people. But at the same time, I'm a realist, you know? And I keep shit real. I'm going to say things on, especially about my people, because it's my people. I can speak about my people. And so when that issue was happening with my people, I was saying, we got to come together in love, you know? Kill hate with love. You can't kill hate with hate. Like, if I beef with you and you hate each other, you shit on my line, I go wake up, I put sugar in your gas tank. You know, we start doing shit to each other. We just really just hate each other, you know? But if you sitting there and you hate on me, right? You don't like me and you're my next door neighbor. And you see me outside, I'm playing with my kids, you know? I say, what's up? You know, you don't even say what's up. Just keep on my business, whatever, cool. Then the next day, oh, hey, how you doing, mister? You know? You don't say nothing. And I just keep minding my business. You just, soon after a while, you're going like, man, that guy's always been kind of cool, you know? And it'll open your eyes to something different, you know?
No, 100%. The BLM was like a divisive issue, I felt like. Of course, there's some real problems with black and white people, but I think for the most part in the real world, they're not that big if you go out and hang out with people. And they were just trying to amplify things and push it and push this racial divide. Once I saw the video, I remembered that. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw this before. That was a really good, positive thing. Yeah. So you grew up through foster homes originally. That must have sucked, huh?
Bro, I've been in 50 different homes, black, white, Mexican. Even Mexicans, they don't even speak Spanish sometimes, you know? So
they just want the money of like having you. Or...
You know, I speak a little Spanish and shit. And so, like, I just got moved around and stuff a lot. And going up through the system, once my grandmother died, I really got pushed through all these different homes and had to learn and grow up fast, you know?
Yeah, dude, that's kind of
brutal. I see culture different than everyone else because I've been in everybody's culture. Like, I used to be, like, when I was 16 and I lived with my first white family, I was all Mansoned out, Marilyn Manson. I used to wear fucking, like, bro, you wouldn't even believe if you saw me. Like, I have fucking blonde, bleached, spiked hair.
That's
you know
funny.
what I mean? I fucking wear fucking, like, crazy-ass makeup and shit. Like Marilyn Manson. Yeah.
That's
so
hilarious.
I hung out with fucking white boys, live with white families and shit. So I learned about Journey, learned Nine Inch Nails.
That's more white than me even.
You know what I mean? I learned all about this fucking new shit. And so, like, I got culture with white people and I got to understand what they deal with. I got culture with niggas and I got to understand what they deal with. I got culture with Mexicans where I'm in the quinceañeras and I'm learning how to dance, you know? I'm learning how to speak the Spanish. I'm learning the language and where it come from. And with the cities in Mexico, I'm learning all these different stuff about all culture. So it's like, I just see myself as clear, bro. I just see myself as a person and I just see people as people. I don't see them for their colors. I just kind of like more so deal with them as who they are. And so when it's a color issue, because I understand both of the races, and I've been where I've been in some white rooms and been only nigga there, and then one of my white guys would say something like, man, you're not like all of the rest of them, you know? They'll say shit like that, you know?
That's a little bit fucked up.
But they don't realize what...
Yeah, but it's not like intentional, so you're like, but
if you're in the true culture, in the culture, you understand what he's saying. Because I'm really in the culture, and he really feels that I'm really a brother with the white boys, too, that they can actually open up and be themselves with me and speak like that, you know?
Yeah.
And he doesn't know, it could be offensive in a way, but he's my brother and he's just telling me some real shit. You can be a little
more offensive when you like someone too, is what's crazy. You'll allow way more slide if you like someone. Like the shit you can say to each other as guys. You're like, like I'll let my friends talk shit to me because they're my boys, you know?
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, I just placed my first bet on shuffle.com. I went with Alex Pereira. The reason is, first off, he's a big underdog, almost 2-1, which was a little surprising because their first fight was so close. I think also Alex had fought 3 times in 6 months, and that's a lot of time for high-level fights. He was traveling, he was in Australia, all over the place. I think he's going to come in sharper, he has more power. Certainly not an easy fight, but I love it at 2-1, and I put $1,000 on Alex. I also placed a $120 parlay to win $1,000. Parlays are tough because you have to hit, but when they hit good. I went almost all favorites on this one, other than I also added Alex Pereira. I added him. I went Marab. I think he's a strong favorite. Went with Jury. And then I went down to Patchy Mix, who's a guy I trained. He's phenomenal. And then also Farad Bashra, a guy I also trained. So they're all big favors other than Alex Pereira. So you put down, it's a lot of fights to win, but 120 wins $1,000 at shuffle.com.
I didn't even tell, like, my boy's like, bro, we're rolling with some black people. they don't smell the greatest, like we roll. We got to roll with each other. You know how it is to be rolling with guys. You can smell what I had last night. Mm-hmm. Did I fucking drink all last night? You'll smell the next day when we roll. And she's like, fuck, bro. Yeah, you'll smell it, And so being self-conscious of each other. I got to shower before we roll and shit, and so I'm self-conscious of myself, and I try to keep that image up because he has that image of black people like that, So
you don't want to give a bad image.
Yeah, he got that image of black people like that. So I have to show him we ain't all like that. It's different, bro.
It's interesting. I've noticed some black people go out of their way to be extra nice, like holding doors. I'm like, it's crossing my mind. Is it like because there's a bad image, these guys are being so respectful? I get that sometimes. If black guys are holding doors, it's being so over the top respectful. I'm like, maybe they're thinking like, oh, I want to kill the image of like.
Nah, bro. As black folks, we loving people, bro.
Because I get a lot of black people treat me really good. Yeah,
Yeah. But we got a lot of. We the trash. We're the trash of America, and the Mexicans came in and they were bonito, but they didn't just jumped off above us, And so we're still the trash, and what that comes with. And so a lot of times we act all these ways and do all this stuff to get attention and to get seen and to make things happen for ourselves. Because why? We can be looked at as the trash,
Wanting attention. Well, I think with white people, we like try to separate ourselves. Like, oh, that's white. We literally call them like white trash. Well, I guess you guys kind of do too. With like, that's an N-word. I'm a black person, niggas, so I guess you guys do the same thing.
Yeah, but what I'm more so trying to say is like, with the purpose to open the door, it's like we're just loving people. So in our communities, you'll have the Asian liquor store, you'll have the Indian person there selling hair, or stuff like that. We don't have no problems. We enjoy people. We have all different people come in our gangs from different cultures. We're accepting like that, That's just us as people, So when we're nice like that, we're just loving people,
no,
bro.
Exactly. I've always been able to cross over through pretty much any group, but there are areas like Oakland I wouldn't go by myself unless I was like with a connected brother out there. Like it can be a little sketch certain areas.
No, you'll be fine, bro. You. What?
I don't know. Oakland
we
gets
don't mess
crazy.
with white boys like that. We fuck with our own people,
bro. They probably won't fuck with me. You're right.
Yeah,
I kind of have a. I kind of have a. You
could have a camera. You could have "Don't touch me" sign, or I don't know what you want to put. You know what I mean, bro, and be just fine.
No, I'm kind of a guy.
We gonna touch somebody. If I walked around there, they'd be like, "Who is that?"
No, that's an interesting point. Because remember out with Gil Melendez before, he's had Mexicans come up and be like, "Oh, why are you wearing that color hat and shit?" But they wouldn't say shit to me. Like, are you Norteño or whatever? I'm like, oh shit, he's getting called out for like gang shit.
Yeah.
If it was me and him, we were like way outnumbered. It's just like, let's just be cool. He's like, no, I'm not in the gang. And then they just let us walk. But it was like, oh shit, I've never had that happen to me.
You got the golden pass.
No, it's weird because they went and straight walked right up to Gilbert, like, why are you wearing that hat?
You got the golden pass.
Yeah, it's like it's wrong color, wrong territory. I'm like, oh shit, bro, I've never had that happen.
So. That's the white privilege, that white privilege.
Oh shit, I never thought about. Remember these dudes with hella sketch too. Like, oh shit, Gil better not get shot, but he's my boy, so I'm gonna go down with him.
Yeah, guys like Adam 22, like those little podcasts, they go in the middle of these hoods with the most dangerous,
But he's with
and
guys.
Be just fine.
He's with guys connected there. Like I went with, Marshawn Lynch, the football player. I went to Oakland out to him. Hella bad area, but I'm like, Marshawn, don't leave me, bro, because. With you, I know I'm cool because they all love you, but like I'm looking around, I'm the only white guy there. Like, where the fuck? You didn't tell me where you were bringing me,
bro. If you sat there and just chilled, you'd be in the
fine.
pictures and they'd have thought you
was
from the
I was, but I had Marshawn to look out for.
Yeah,
no, but I'm saying they were cool as fuck because I was there with Marshawn.
Just get chill enough, you start following, you'll gravitate to people understanding. People are people, You're gonna find your little circle. Like, oh, these are guys that are kind of like this, and find your own circle. Same shit.
I remember to one place in San Francisco. It was right next to a bad projects. There was like a black gang out there, so I walked over early on, gave the guys some tap out shit. After that, they were hella cool. That I was like, "Oh, we'll watch your car. Anything I need, you walk by. You want to smoke a blunt?" So I was smart. I'm like, "All right, these guys are a little shady. I'm gonna go over, become their friends." But then they looked out with me. I lived there like a year, but they were always watching out everything.
And so we got that stigma,
treat
we
people
got that
with respect,
stigma,
though.
bro.
You're right, though.
And so that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to change that image, that image, because like you even said, a little shady, and so trying to change that image for black folks, and I'm a nigga myself, bro. I got still some tendencies in me, like I bought my loud music and I'm smoking weed, jewelry, so
blunt
pants sagging, so I still like damn, but I still say yes sir, I open doors, and I still understand respect and I move as a man, I'm a business owner, I own property, and I'm trying to build my community. All this stuff is in my community. I'm from Naive.
No,
so
it's good. Rebuild your own community and own property. Too many fucking guys. You have the jewelry, so you still have that, but you have property too, at least.
Yeah. So don't get me wrong. I know I look like a nigga, so I look like yeah. But really, I'm a businessman. I'm like, man, I own an apartment complex. I got a few homes. Like I do a bunch of different shit on the side that I could not have to fight at some point.
We're about to get paid out from that UFC lawsuit. I think you're in that too. I shouldn't be saying that. Everyone's gonna be coming asking me for a loan. Never mind, I'm not getting paid.
So, did you see the bullshit on that?
Something new just pop up or what?
No, like, all right. So, I don't know how yours, but I'll just tell my story. So, I'm like, man, we're getting some money. What's up? I call my people. I'm like, yeah. I'll call this whoop. I'll call, we'll talk to a lady. He's like, yeah. All right, so you're going to get $279,000. So I was like, oh, yeah? Cool. I'm like, shit, that sounds great.
Yeah.
He said, for 7 fights, you get 290, so or 270 or some shit like that. 279, I think he said. And then I'm like, cool. So I'm in my head like, okay, cool. Yeah. Now I just got the last notice this week, and it was like 187. What? So I'm like, where did it go from?
You have way too many fights to have that.
No, but they only pay me for 7. I guess there's another lawsuit that actually pays you the other remaining or something like that. I don't know. It ain't my business. And so they're like, we're going to give you 187. So I'm like, well, how did it go from 2? They were like, well, that's the money it made. Or they just told me some bullshit and just said, well, this is what you get. And so I thought in my head, maybe this was the taxes taken out of it. So like, maybe they took the taxes out of it. No, that's still not even the taxes taken out of it either. So now that 187 still got to get taken down for the taxes too.
Yeah, we still owe tax off it.
Yes.
That's weird. If you talk to anyone to see one gets, because that seems too low for the amount of fights you had and stuff there. I feel like they're fucking ripping you off.
No, I guess that's for the first 7 of the lawsuits 2013 to 2017. So I've only got 7 fights in that side of it. But then there's the second one, and I guess that's where I think I have like 20 something fights.
Yeah, I'm not counting any money till I get it, but. Supposedly, I think I just got a fucking email being like, "Hey, we're about to send over some checks." Like, okay.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't count money until it's in my bank account.
You got it. But and so that's what I said. I was so excited, and I saw that when he said, I was like, it's still nice, but it just changed me a little bit.
Sucks when it's less.
What the fuck? And what happened?
Yeah, I looked at mine. It was a little more than I was expecting. So I'm like, oh shit, that's nice.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's better than looking and seeing like 100,000 less than you're expecting. It's like, oh fuck these people.
Yeah. And so what are we gonna do? You're a true American. I'm an American. What are we gonna do? The game is changing. It's fucking up. They got all the fucking grapplers coming in, Huck Fest. These guys ain't trying to entertain crowds and shit. They're not interested in that. Just want to win.
No, right. I feel like maybe the Americans don't spar enough anymore. Like how much were you sparring coming up and now and stuff?
I spar a lot.
Yeah, a lot of these guys spar.
We do 2 days of grappling, 2 days of sparring.
Okay.
But it's like people go, you can't spar hard. I control sparring. Where we can hit each other good enough.
You got to go kind of hard, though. Exactly. You're not trying to hurt each other, but you go pretty fucking hard. And a lot of these guys, they don't want to ever spar hard anymore. I think that's part of it. Like Sean goes hard. But some of these guys I see, they're like, oh, I just did 7 rounds, but they're just like pitter-pattering.
Yeah.
It's like, come in, do your 3 to 5 rounds fucking hard, then do a couple extra rounds if you want.
See, those hard ones I feel like are planned for certain days and stuff. Like, we only go to see a gym. Now I don't know y'all. I'm going to go hard with y'all because I don't know y'all.
Yeah.
My guys, I got to train with them next week. If I bust him up, who am I going to use next week? And so we'll try to go to other gyms, do some cross training, and we can bang it up with those guys. Hey, we're going to this boxing gym, bang it with those guys. Hey, we'll go to this little Muay Thai gym, bang it hard with those guys. It
feels like more of a fight too when you go to a different gym.
Yeah,
especially the boxing gym.
Especially when they're in
boxing culture,
their surroundings.
They want to fight you. They come in all like, I'm gonna fuck this guy up.
Yeah, and they're more comfortable at their house, so I like that more idea, you know, so you get used to being uncomfortable.
Yeah, like a gym challenge. I used to do that, you know, go in, fight the guys in their hometown because they don't want to get embarrassed in front of the people that know them at their gym. So it turns into like a fight. But like, ideally not an actual fight, but yeah, I would do that a lot to get the nerves. Because if you're sparring around the same people, no one's ever watching. Some of these big gyms, you know, there's 30 people sparring at once. They're not in the cage, and no one's watching them. They're sparring like that all the time. They're not getting the nerves. They're not getting the adrenaline of being like a real fight.
So check this out. So what are we gonna do about this problem? Because our industry is gonna fade if it can. I feel if it continues this way. I know that we're global and we're all over the place, and we signed a big deal, and all things are great. How can we solve this issue of? Be honest, bro. I don't watch many of the
I don't either. No, I don't like the fact that Americans are.
I'm gonna watch like a Gaethje who's gonna bang. I'm gonna watch Max. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm gonna watch certain guys.
We need to get the Americans back. I fully agree.
How are we gonna do that? Now we're getting closer.
Should we put a camp together or what?
No. How are we getting closer? You're getting further away with that.
I know the UFC needs to like pump the American guys more, build them more, push them.
We're getting warmer. We're getting warmer.
What's your ideas?
Goddamn dollar. It's the dollar.
Yeah, pay us more.
That's it.
I couldn't agree with you more.
If I'm an American, and I don't want to seem like the guy like pay more and pay more. I'm talking about for fighters in general. I'm just not saying pay me more.
Yeah,
I'm saying
all
fighters in general. Because when I'm saying it like this, we have a choice. When you're an athlete, you could have been a football player, brother.
Yeah, so especially if I'm big, that's most of the big heavyweights.
Yes,
they go to football or basketball.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to go to
You could have been a
fighting.
soccer player. You could have done any of these choices of sport. What's going to make you choose MMA as your sport?
Yeah, you have to be completely in love with it, and because the money's not there.
But
it's so popular and it brings in so much money, though.
What did you say?
Yeah.
That don't even make sense what you just said.
They just signed a multi-billion-dollar
I don't know about
deal.
you, but every person I knew wanted to be big and have big houses and have a lot of stuff, and that's what the football players did. The basketball players they had all the girls, they had all the money. It's about the money.
Yeah. So why fight if you're living in a normal fucking house and normal car? It's like, bitch, I want fucking Ferraris and mansions.
What do you mean house? What do you mean house? We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. Okay, let's go there. So what I'm saying is, okay, the average pay for a baseball player, I think, is like $900,000 for the guy who sits on the bench.
Yeah. So that's guy's not even a guy that's good.
Sits on the bench. $900,000. I want to say it's like $800,000 for the basketball player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The UFC fighter, when he finally gets on to the UFC and he fights and he comes through Dana White's Contender Series, he gets 10-10.
And that's you have to pay your trainers, your managers on top of that.
His managers, his taxes, his sparring partners. He just made 10-10. Okay? 20 grand. And you won your fight. Cool. You won. You're a winner. That's the best situation possible. Not saying that most times with this fights or stuff in MMA, it's a likelihood it's 50-50 sometimes, you know? You can win or you can lose, you know? And it's not just about sometimes people think it's just skill. Sometimes it's not just skill. Sometimes it's I threw a punch just a second before you threw it. Just a split second. Not even a second. We both threw, but I was the half a second before you. Bow. That's it. Not even that your skill was, you just are a second late. That's it. And so now you're telling that same fighter that could possibly, like the average career of a UFC fighter fights 2-3 times and is out of here. You know? Those guys get in and out. They win one, lose two, and gone.
Yep.
So I won one, I made $20,000. I lost two, and so you get a bump up. Say you got bumped up $3,000, $2,000. So you made $13,000 the next time, and he won, and you lost the next one. You made $13,000. That's $26,000.
Yeah, it doesn't go up if you lose one. It like stays at the same, which is ridiculous.
That's $26,000 plus the $20,000 that you made there. So you got $46,000. You made $46,000 in a year, and that's 3 fights in that year.
Yeah, you're living in poverty. Yeah.
When the average worker could make that, that don't make sense.
No, it's insane.
You know what I mean?
It's only a few guys making any money. But even the guys making money aren't making what they should. You know something else that would help? When I was in Strikeforce, they used to pay, I would get the exact same pay, win or lose. And I went for it more in those fights because I had nothing to lose because it was like, I'm getting my full pay. So I'm going to go out there and finish this fucker. But when you're so worried about winning because you're losing half of your money. So imagine if you get like 100 and 100, you could get 100,000, or if you win, you get 200,000. You're going to be a little more cautious.
That's a coin thing. You can say that, but the other side of it, which is the Dana side and everybody, they're not going to fight as hard because now you're not worried about losing that. You know what I mean? And now you're like, oh, well, I'll just get paid and, it is what it is. so they're worried about us not fighting as
Interesting, because to me, I was always like, I'm already getting paid, so I'm gonna go out and finish this guy now. Versus the other side, like, oh, I better not lose this fight because I'm, gonna lose half my money. And that's just it's such a brutal sport. If you lose, you get embarrassed, you can get beat up, lose half your money. Like, it's just the most fucking devastating. People don't understand how tough this sport is either.
And so we got to pump those dollars up, bro, to get these fighters, Dude, to even actually want to do it, especially the Americans. Like, so you take that same $46K and give it to someone maybe in Brazil. $46,000 in Brazil is great.
But that's probably part of the reason why people are training hard in these other countries. There's no motivation to train hard for an American without low pay. I see some of these gyms, some of the guys are kind of lazy. The younger, the guys that are making that shit pay. Because why are you going to train your ass off for $50,000 a year? You're not.
But it's not going to catch the top athletes, is what I'm saying.
No,
the top athlete. You said the lazy guys.
Yeah.
The guys are all some timers, kind of going to do MMA stuff. No, the guys that are born athletes, and everyone's trying to grab them. Since high school, the football team was trying to get them. The wrestlers were trying to get them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They were just athletes. Mm-hmm. Those guys are getting grabbed up,
So you go make 50, 100 million a year here, or go make 3 or 4 million here. It's kind of a no-brainer. Because the top guys are still going to maybe make a few million in the UFC, but it should be 50 million, 100 million.
Top. I'm just talking about the average. We got to go on average,
Well, I'm saying, even the top guys though. The top guys should be making fucking 50, 100 million.
But remember what we said here? We said the guy was the lowest on these ones.
So it's average a hundred grand probably. Which that's not that much money for like a top fighter. Not the top guys, but if you're a pretty well-known UFC fighter and you're only making a couple $100,000, that's pretty terrible. Yeah, and it's not giving you. There's no no retirement fund, nothing set up.
I worked the system out myself. I saw the system. I saw it's fucked up. And by the grace of God and my fighting abilities, I was able to go, well, if I could take that same $46,000 because I fought 3 times. Well, I'll double it. I'll make 86. Or I'll double it. Keep doubling it.
Yep.
And renegotiate the contract and then I'll be to a certain point. And that's where I try to rig the system and make it work for me that way, because I understood it ain't much money in the game.
No, I'm fortunate where I got paid better than a lot of these people, but it's still, I learned, most of us probably grew up poor. We knew nothing about investing. So originally I didn't know anything about investing, but then you start learning, like, oh, you can make money that way too. But most of the fighters, we don't know that shit. They don't teach us shit.
Where half of us is fucking just crazy, bro. Just even be these type of people to get in the cage. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you noticed this, bro, but we're fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, we're a fucking fucked up group of people. But
when did you realize that?
I mean, I think pretty early on, it was pretty apparent that we weren't normal. I realized a lot of us are pretty cool, though, during COVID, when no one was fucking scared of COVID. No one was going along with that shit. No one was wearing masks. No one was getting vaccinated. I was like, oh, fighters are actually pretty fucking cool.
Okay, check this out. I didn't notice till like 50 fights in.
Because you were around so many crazy people your whole life is probably why, right?
Nah, bro. I thought I was making a smart, wise decision. A calculated decision that no one else saw. That I believe that, hey, I got something that I could give to this sport. No one else saw I can get this money out of this sport and get out of this sport before it takes me out of the sport. But somewhere in there, like this last 2 fights, maybe 1 fight ago, I accidentally overdosed on fucking gummies. Not an overdose, fucking hospital.
The marijuana gummies?
Yeah.
I've done that before, bro. Fuck, dude, that's not fun.
Yeah. So I didn't overdose, but
But it was like...
Yeah.
That I ate too much. It was fucking bad.
I took a pack, and it had 4 pieces in it, and I took the whole thing and just...
Bro, you did exactly what I did. I was supposed to eat 1.
Fuck, bro. I was so fucking fucked up. I was so high and shit. And somewhere in there, just thoughts came. I was like, I gotta be fucking nuts to get in the cage, get half naked, fight a guy to the fucking death, broken bones and crazy shit that I've seen. I've seen guys lose eyes, you know what I mean?
I've seen guys get fucked up.
Yeah, legs. To get in here and want to do that. What is wrong with me, I thought this was smart and I thought I was doing this. Maybe I'm just fucking crazy. I just realized that shit.
Methylene blue has been used for over 100 years for medical purposes and recently surged back into popularity. It has been shown to help repair brain tissue and improve memory, cognitive function, energy, and mood. Research suggests that methylene blue could have neuroprotective effects, possibly aiding in conditions like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and depression. Go to MerakiMedicinal.com and use the promo code FIGHTBACK for a discount. Hey guys, I'm demonetized everywhere, so if you want to support me and the podcast, go to fightbackpodcast.com and you can buy some cool merch like the shirt I'm wearing now. I think when we're doing it, it seems normalized because that's all your friends are doing it. It's all we do, all we know. But there's a few times like ate mushrooms or something, and I'm sitting there being like, what the fuck do I do for a living? I go in the cage and fight people in front of people? I don't want to do this shit anymore. Then I get sober. I'm like, all right, back to work. I'm like,
exactly. Then I'm sober. I was like, all right, fuck that shit.
Sit back when you step out of it. You're like, what the fuck do I do for a living, bro? I need to do something else. This shit's nuts,
bro. Like, and especially when you go through the camp, there's this weird thing that happens. You can relate, but the public can't relate to what's happening to your body and your emotions and your mind as you go through a fight camp, you know? Even if you feel you're going to beat the person and all this stuff, there's still all these emotions that you can't sleep, you know? I've seen guys just fucking break out in highs where, like, they're just rashing up because they're so...
The stress for doing
it. So stressed out and, you know, fucking... I've seen guys just break out of the room like it's like they grab their hands, they're getting ready to go. And then that's, you know, you turn around, they're gone. Yeah, took off. He's in his car. He took off and he left.
I've known a guy do that before, so I'm laughing. The anxiety, they had freaked out and ran.
Yeah.
I can relate though, bro. It's scary going out there, but it's like it's the amount of pressure we're under. There's so much, you know, like sometimes millions of people are watching these fights. There's a lot on the line for us.
Yeah. So we go through psychologically, you know? Bro, I was sleep sometimes. Sometimes I'll be in my dream, fucking punching and kicking. I wake up like, oh, like it's not the fight yet, you know? Like it's just crazy what we go through, you know, all the pressure and shit.
You get meaner as you get closer to your fight. I find I kind of like got to isolate myself from people the last couple of weeks. Start turning into an asshole. Don't want to be around people and have to go isolate myself, unless it's like other fighters that can like understand the state of mind I'm in.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. No one can understand. Like I try to explain to my buddies. Always, I got somebody new that comes to my crew. And when the new guy gets there, he doesn't understand. All the other homies understand, like, oh, fuck, just back up from him. Because, like,
when he fight coming up.
Yeah, when he gets into that fight zone, he's different.
Your head's there, yeah.
They always say he's different, you know? If the new guy doesn't get it yet, you know?
We can, as fighters, we get it, how the guys, he's in fight mode now. His mind's changing.
We change.
He's becoming like a psychopath because it's like,
certain shit bother me now. That like I can't be around certain people because now it starts fucking with me. Everything they're doing is fucking with me. Like my boy Mickey, I love my dog. It's my bro. But I be trying to go to the gym with Mickey now. He wants to come along with me. Now it's fight time, and Mickey's blowing out the car with blunts, and I can't smoke. I don't smoke at all.
You don't
so
smoke
I'm just
during camp?
Nope, not at all. Straight cold turkey. If I got a call right now, put the blunt down, cold turkey. I don't sleep for 5 days. I won't eat for 3. I'll go fucking crazy, you know? I fucking start just fucking tripping out. But then, after all that, this guy's smoking the blunt in the car with me, you know?
Yeah, put that shit out.
And I don't want to be a dick to my homies, but they can just feel it all of a sudden, you know? Because they're getting in the way. But they're trying to be around you, and they want to be supportive.
But
he's coming there and work out with me, but he just got to smoke and do his thing. But his thing is getting in my way, you know?
Plus you're cutting weight. You're a pretty big weight cut
get there,
too,
bro.
right?
Then they want to go eat. They want to go do the thing. It's like, and they just keep getting in the way where all of a sudden, I'll snap. Like one of my homies, they'll call me at like 3 o'clock in the morning, all drunk because they ran into somebody that's a fan of me. And they'll be like, oh, you know Bobby Green? You don't know Bobby Green. He's like, watch, I'll call him right now, you know? And so they call me at 3 a.m.
Yeah, that pisses me off.
Drunk as fuck.
Right? Isn't that fucking annoying, bro? I don't want to FaceTime some fucking stranger.
Yeah, bro. And so I'll snap with my homie. Bro, don't ever call me unless it's a motherfucking emergency, you know? I only pick my phone.
Especially for a fucking stranger to fucking talk to me to show you know me. Like, why the fuck do I need to do that?
You call me at 3 a.m., I'm thinking the police got you or somebody dead or something, you know? And so I'm getting up to turn up like that. And so don't call me. I'm in bed. I don't party like that. I'm not out late like that. And so don't call me late like that and bother me. So I snap my friends, and they all get butthurt. They're like, you told me don't ever call you again, you know? They get hurt.
Yeah,
but
they
I'm
don't
like,
understand.
Bro,
Fighters, we get it.
my hands busted. I fucking finally fell asleep. And then here you come fucking waking up my sleep. I got a fucking fight in a week from now. I'm all pressured and stressed the fuck out. I just snapped on them, you know?
Have you ever like cussed out your crew like when you're cutting weight and then you laugh about it after you make weight? I've done that a couple times where I just fucking cuss out my crew, throw a temper tantrum. They just sit there, don't say anything. They're like, all right, back in the sauna. And it's like, okay.
They get it, bro. You know, they get it. Bro, I break up with all my chicks every fight, bro. Every fight we break up, you know?
Right, girls always want to go to fights with you and shit, bro. It's like, my mama's psycho for a fight. I ain't no bringing no girl to a fucking fight with me.
Yeah, bro. And that's my code, too. But they want to be alongside with you. They want to have to keep having this bond. But they don't realize that you change, you know, as you make these changes. They're like, what happened to the sweet guy? You know, and then when you be the sweet guy, I'm like,
he's gone.
I'm in fight, and I can't relax right now, you know? And I can't get it. And so I'll be fighting. No one understands fighters, bro.
No, that's why I try to be around fighters, like my crew, because they get it if I'm cutting weight, you know, dropping like 20 pounds, last 2 pounds, you know, if I start fucking cussing at them, they're just going to sit there and not start cussing at me back, wait 5 minutes, and then be like, all right, bro, back in the sauna.
Even then, too, bro, Americans, a lot of fighters are selfish. They're going to be there for their camp. They're not going to be there for your camp.
That pissed me off.
You know? And so some fighters have the thing where I'll show for your camp, you'll show for me. We have that thing, and you'll be pissed off if I don't show there for you.
Yeah.
You know? I pay my guys because the way my life is a little different. I got 3 baby mamas. I got
3 separate baby mamas.
One's black, one's white, one Mexican. So they're all.
You can't be racist.
They're all in 3 different places.
Yeah.
And so how do I spread love for 3 kids?
You gotta
in
see
3
all your
different
kids.
places,
Yeah.
You know. So as soon as when I'm in camp, I don't see nobody. I haven't talked to anybody. My kids barely see me. And so after it's Magic Mountain, Raging Waters, I got to catch up with my kids. I got to go with this woman, spend time with this one, then figure out stuff that's going on with this one, and then put them together and all this different stuff. And so there's a lot of times where I'm catching up with my kids, but I can't be the gym.
You have to, because when they're young, it sucks. They don't understand when you step away from a fight. They're feeling guilty, being like, fuck, dude, I barely see my daughter during this
I
fight
can see
camp.
if it's the life where I go home and my kid's at home, where at least I go home and I get an hour with my daughter, cool, you know? But I got my youngest daughter with me, but the rest of them, they're out. And so it's like, I gotta go this day and that weekend, or this week is for that. And so I just pay my partners.
No, exactly. I can relate. I've been there. You know, you're training for a fight, you're stressed out, cutting weight, but you know, trying to see your kids. It's a tough fucking sport we decided to do. Don't know why.
Don't get paid shit for it. You know, people only respect you if you won.
Dude, we have some of the worst fans. They're so disrespectful. We have like 2 losses. He sucks. He's washed up. Then you win one. They love you again. It's crazy how quick they'll turn on you, right? You have a little fucking downturn. They're like,
Bro,
oh, he sucks.
Like 2 times already. I think it's 2 or 3. But it's because like I had that feeling where people were like doing that with me, you know? You be up. You
have one loss, all of a sudden, like, oh, he sucks. Like, fuck you guys. You fought in so many good guys. You have like over 50
and especially
fights.
If it's like a robbery where it's a close fight and they rob you, now you really hurt, you know? Like where I fought the guy named Jakar. Jakar was, what's Jakar? I don't know his last name, whatever. Jakar Close, yeah. And I got double all the numbers more than Jakar. More hits, more takedowns, more ground time, more control, everything. And I'm like, how did I lose the fight? Yeah. You know? But I had a cut above my head, and I'm thinking maybe he thought about damage, but it was a headbutt. When we were up against the cage, he headbutted me.
So it shouldn't even count. But the judges, the judges aren't that good either. That's the problem. We don't really know what they're judging off. It's not real clear what they're even judging off of.
And so, dude, now for those fans to try to turn on you or you to feel like you busted your ass and all this stuff, and all those things happen where with the world that we grow up in, I was like, man, fuck this shit. And then people come back and say, you come back and win, they love you again.
Isn't it wild? The Fairweather Fans. Overall, they're pretty good, but it's fucking pretty annoying. You lose one fight, oh, he sucks, then you win one, he's great. It's like, you unloyal motherfuckers.
And then I'll talk shit to you, bro, until you like, I'll actually talk to that person. Like, hey, what's up, you know? Then they'll be like, oh, well, they didn't expect me to talk to him. Then like, oh, it's Rob really like that. And be my buddy now. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know?
No, it's funny how it's like that. They talk shit. Sometimes I'll talk shit back online. Sometimes I'll be nice. If you're nice, a lot of times I'll be nice.
Yeah.
I've had people, too, that take a picture with me and their friend calls them out. Like, oh, this guy was talking shit on you. It's like, oh, you fucking clown. The guys talking shit online will come up and take pictures with us. That's so pathetic.
Yeah, and so it'd be most of online stuff, you know, that we deal with, online stuff. And that's your new world, too. Like, this online thing, you know? How, like, I could imagine being 24, 23 with this new internet. Back in the days, bro, if you bet me I wouldn't do something, I would do it just because you said I wouldn't. Like, we could play Russian roulette. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm down, let's do it. You know? I'm fucking psycho. Like, if you're down to do it, I'm down. You know? If you're down, hey, I can't let you outmen me, you know? So whatever you're down to do, I'm down to do type of thing. And so me and my friends, we used to do psycho shit. That's why I did the crazy makeup shit and stuff, because people thought I wasn't down. Like, oh, you think I'm crazy? I'll do that
show
shit,
you
know? I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just comfortable with me, and I'm crazy like that. And so, like, the Roger kid right now, he's dealing with that issue right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're both friends with Rampage. It's like, you know, I'm not going to say what he did was certainly wrong, but like I was with Rampage and seeing that, like how upset Rampage was, and it's like we were talking earlier, we kind of not justifying what he did, but the guy came, smashed him in the head with a can, so he's all like inflamed. He goes out there, overreacts, then it just becomes like the biggest story.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning anything he did. But what I'm trying to get people to understand is, like, what I understand is, just look at the whole scene. First, I come to a situation where I'm not familiar. I go here, I get attacked. After attacked, I'm fucking pissed. I feel done. But someone tells me, oh, no, you're going to get him back. You can get him back. You know, we're going to do this, you can get him back. It's like, okay, I can get him back.
Did the promoters tell him that even?
Yeah, one of the guys.
Shit, I didn't know that part.
It's called a receipt.
So they were encouraging it.
Yeah, so they're telling him, he's going to be able to get him back. So I can get him back. Then he's sitting there and he's looking at the live chat. He's on a stream. And in the stream, everyone's making fun of him.
It was that same night that happened?
Same night.
Oh, I didn't know. I knew it happened. I thought it was like a day, like before.
Same night, yeah. He walks in,
he was
smacked
super
around.
So he was super pumped up.
Yeah, so he's still already, from that, now everybody's clowning him and laughing at him. You're the joke of the clown, butt of the joke.
Damn.
I just smacked you upside your head. Excuse me. So now I'm the butt of the joke. I'm getting ready to get my receipt. People are making fun of me. I'm a kid, and I'm like, I'm going to beat it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And people are like, oh, you're a butt. You're not going to do nothing. You're going to do nothing. Watch what I do. Watch what I do. What he's saying in the stream, he's saying that. Watch what I do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I heard something where that someone said, like, that he was supposed to slam him and start hitting him, and then someone's going to come and grab him.
Yeah, because no one grabbed him for
No
fighting.
one grabbed him for a while.
We're used to refs coming in and grab us.
They grabbed him, but I think the problem is that he just lost himself after boom and a slam, and he was now in it. He lost himself. He wasn't there.
Yeah, no, I think it's really bad what he did, but I also understand when your adrenaline's going, because he does some real fights too, right? We're told in fights, don't stop till the ref pulls you off. So that's what we're taught, is keep hitting the guy. So in his mind, he's probably on.
It's our primal instinct, you know?
Yeah, so he was just worked up. Again, not justifying it, shouldn't have done it, but like the ref should have fucking, like, why didn't the fucking ref pull him off? I guess it's pro wrestling, but shouldn't the ref still fucking, isn't that their job still?
Yeah.
I don't know much about pro
wrestling. It was
wrestling.
a terrible show on his end, but I just feel like as humans, we got to understand the world changes in some ways, and understanding, like, those kids are an understanding. Like, that was a grown man. The other, Roger's still, like, if you've been around Roger's still young-minded, you know?
Rampage
he's still
young-minded.
young-minded.
I don't know him.
Yeah, he's still real young-minded and stuff, and so, like, I could see him running into a situation like that where people are pressuring him, and he just fell
Even
for
the
it.
can on his head was probably an act, but he didn't understand this is like, it's hard when you go in a world you're not used to, when it's like, oh, it's just a game. But in the fight world, we don't play games like that. Someone disrespects you, you got to fight them.
Yeah. I ain't getting hit for free.
No, someone smashed a can over my head.
I'd be
fighting him
Unless
too.
I'm getting paid and it's an acting gig, I'm not getting hit for free. You know, and so
yeah, and if he's done pro fights too, he was probably waiting for a ref to pull him off.
They just arrested him too.
Yeah. Wait, we'll a couple more questions. I don't know if it's right or not, but I read, were you in prison before or jail, or was that not right?
Yeah, I've been in jail, but I've been in a prison. I'm a good kid, bro. Like, I don't do anything bad. Like, I've been in foster care all my life and that stuff, but I was always raised right. Like, I don't know why. God always protected me, and I feel like I'm a child of God, and I'm trying to do good for people. I didn't do anything bad. You know what happened was, bro, is that I was a young dude. I graduated when I was 17. I go to Army. I get kicked out for fighting. I come back from the Army, fucking stuck at home and shit. I'm trying to figure out my situation. So I would fight. I worked 6 days in a warehouse. On the 7th day, I would go fight in Mexico. go fight in Mexico, make $800, come back. Because I met a chick and she was pregnant. I got her pregnant within a month of us being together. And so now I'm going to be a dad and I'm fucking scared. So I'm working 6 days a week in this warehouse. 7th day I'm fighting on the side. So fighting my second job. I'm fighting, doing that stuff. But in that time, I would have a job, but then I lose my car. Where I bought this one car. It was a 78 Cutlass that I bought from this guy. When I bought it from the guy, I think it cost me like $900. I'm a broke kid. I get all my money together, $900. It had a lien on the title. He didn't tell me.
Fuck.
So I couldn't get it registered to me.
That was all your money too,
That's
right?
all my money. And so I'm still trying to keep rent, keep it afloat, keep all these things afloat. Man, I end up getting pulled over. No registration, you know? And so now I got to fix the ticket. I got to do this and blah, blah, blah. They towed the car away. I get the car out the impound. Now I'm going to try to get my registration. I get the registration, but now, no, I got rid of that car because kept getting pulled over in that car too many times. So I fucking got rid of that car. But what I would do is, since I'm fighting on the 7th day, I make that money and take it and buy a new car. I'm a young kid. I'm 18. I'm not giving a fuck about the law. I ain't got no mom or dad. Nobody telling me fucking rules. I don't listen to rules. Yeah. So they take my car. I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'll just buy another one. So I got like 5 or 6 driving with suspended license, you know? Damn. My kid's getting ready to be born. I got 5 or 6 ones that go to court, and they're like, hey, you owe us $6,000, you know? And so I had saved up like 6 racks from working the job and doing the Mexico thing where I had put away for my kid. And so it was either pay the bill or go to jail. I was like, I'll go to jail. But in my head, I was thinking like, for $6,000, it'll be like a fucking week.
Yeah, jail sucks.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm a fucking man. I'm not scared. I'll go for a fucking week.
Yeah.
You know? Turns out it went 90 days.
90 days for $6,000? That's insane.
Well, yeah, for driving a suspended license.
Damn, that's crazy. That's a long time. I've been in a couple weeks. It was terrible. It's just more boring in there than
90
anything.
days. And I got to learn a lot. Yeah. I started to learn. I was like, man. I started learning, like, a lot of these niggas is stupid in here.
So dumb, bro. That's what I
dumb
was.
As
it was
fuck.
good for me getting thrown in jail because I realized I don't want to be around these people. They're just like, they don't even care. They're talking about what prison they're going to get sent to.
Yeah, they're talking about stupid ass shit, fighting over PlayStation and Xbox. You know, like, you don't own either one of them. And you don't even got an Xbox or PlayStation, but you guys are going to fight over Xbox or PlayStation. It's like, these guys are dumb. I don't even know why, but I'm never coming back here. And I realized we are in 2 different mindsets. You know what I mean?
Exact same thing. When I went to jail, I'm like, this is not a world for me. These people are fucking losers. It was like, in Ventura, it was almost all Mexican. No one really fucked with me. They fucked with a few of the white guys, but I think how I carried myself, that was crazy back then. I was ready to fight, but everyone was cool to me. I'm like, all right, I'd rather be cool with the fucking dudes than getting in fights. But then I realized these guys, they're institutionalized, they call it. They're just talking about like what prison they're going to go to, and a lot of them are like fucking kicking drugs while they're in here. You're like, these are not the people I want to be around. That's why, you know, sometimes it's good for someone to get a quick little, not a long time, 90 days, that's a long time.
I got enough that I got enough to get wet, you know? I got enough I know how to move around this motherfucker. And the thing about me too was, this crazy story is, I get in there, right? I've been in there for like 3 days. I already choked somebody out, you know, already beat another guy up. So now I'm the enforcer.
Oh, damn. So
I'm not from no gangs. I don't bang, you know what I mean? So I'm not blood or not Crip. And in the black card, they don't want to have tension. So they don't want bloods to be hitting on Crips. So like you'll have a guy that they make be the enforcer.
Yeah.
But if you're a blood and you're the enforcer and they need you to put some hands on some Crips, it's going to go back in the streets. And now we got shoot 'em up, bang, bang in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they're trying to avoid that.
If they could avoid that and they got a guy who ain't in none of that.
Oh, so they wanted you to do it.
Yeah, so I got to do that shit, you know? And so now I'm starting to be the little enforcer. They got me the guy. I'm like, great.
Just what you want to not be.
Yeah. But coincidentally, I think I got kicked out like 3 or 4 days later because I farted in a sergeant's face. Yeah, a little sergeant, little prick, you know? And so they wake you up for breakfast and shit. Somebody told me that I didn't have to go to chow. I didn't know, but they told me this. Like, you know, you don't have to go to chow. It's at 4 a.m. I'm like, man, fuck breakfast.
Sleeping.
I'm sleeping, you know? So I got this in my head that I don't got to go to chow, so I got an attitude. I'm pissed and shit. Anyway, when we're leaving chow, it's always this Mexican little sergeant, and he's always searching all the black guys, you know? I'm like, man, so I was already irritated. Shit, he always searching me. I ain't got shit on me, you know? When that one day he was searching me, I wait till he got down there by my butt, and I ripped it. Just burn all in his face, bro. Just killed it in his face.
Gotcha.
Bro, he snatched me up. He hit me up. He's all mad. You know? He pissed. He hit me up. He's like, fuck you. And he fucking pushed me and threw me out of there, you know?
Yeah.
I just laughed and walked off, you know? So the next day, now I'm like, I'm still kind of like, I'm still pissed though. I laughed, but I was pissed. So next day I go to chow, and I got my tray. I'm walking, and I'm just looking at this fool like, staring at him the whole time, just dogging him. I won't break contact. I won't look nowhere else. Like, the line's going this way, but I'm looking at you right here. And I won't look. I'll bump somebody sometime. I won't even look. Just keep looking at him, you know? Just fucking put the tray down. I sit at the food. I'm eating. I'm watching him the whole time, you know? While I'm watching him the whole time, he radioed and then told some other sergeants. They came behind me without me even knowing. I'm just staring at him. They stashed me a chicken wing. Now they put me in fucking
solitary.
They put me in solitary for 10 days. I sat there for 10 days.
That's miserable.
That was hard timing. That was when I got to learn what hard timing was.
It's just your head.
That's what started snapping. Cause you fucking this little ass fucking like little box, you know? You lay down, your toilet's right here. You're like literally you can smell your toilet as you lay down, you know? And so I would try to put the plastic over the toilet like so I don't smell it. Bro, I'll be up kicking walls and shit in there. Then from there, since I was kicking the walls and shit, some sergeants came out. They're like, hey, you're Bobby Green. Like, yeah, what's up? They're like, oh yeah, we train over at this gym. The gym we kind of like beef with, Millennia, where Sean used to train at.
Okay, I remember.
So I was like, man. So at the time, they had the belt for my weight class. So I was like, yeah. He was like, blah, blah, blah. He was like, yeah, he's a champ right now. I'm like, yeah. Tell him I said, fuck him. And when I get out, I'm taking his belt, you know?
Hell
Like,
yeah.
So it's like, oh, you're going to cell block C. I don't fucking know. It's my first time in jail. So
you know what the fuck that means.
yeah. So now they take me to the blocks. Then I go to these blocks where all the guys are going up to prisons and shit, you know, getting sent to actually doing real crimes. So I'm kind of sitting around the guys trying to get and figure out where I'm mingle at. They're all telling about their crimes. This guy stole an ATM machine. This guy fucking, you know, beat up a chick. And this guy did this. What'd you do? I was like, driving a suspended license. They all laughed at me like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah, what are you doing over here? You just pissed someone off.
Yeah.
Shit's very like racially divided too in jail, which is kind of was it where you're at? It seems like most jails are very like, you know, the Mexicans stay together, the blacks, you know, I think the jail's not as intense as the prisons, but like race wars going on and shit, all that bullshit.
Yup. Guess who the lowest on the totem pole?
Who is it?
The niggas. The
Really?
blacks.
Yeah,
It's
depends on where
sad.
you're
It's
at
like-
though. The white people get fucked with some places. It depends on where you're at.
Okay. And what even when I was in there, like the Mexicans and the white guys would like almost click up sometimes, you know? Like they would like so like there's no
Kinda how
like
it was when I was in Ventura. The Mexicans were cool to me, and the black guys they weren't that cool.
Yeah,
to
so
me.
that y'all- they would
but they
click
punked
up
some
with
of the,
the-
they punked some of the white guys. But they were cool to me.
Yeah.
That's what happened. The Mexican dudes like kind of took me in. So I'm like, all right, I'm hanging out with the Mexican dudes.
Yeah,
There's
they'll
only-
click
There's
up
only
with
a
you,
couple
some
white guys in
guys,
there. So
yeah.
I'm rolling with the Mexican dudes.
And the black guys can do it. Like you can't pass packages between that are closed. They got to be closed and sealed. You know, I see them doing all kinds of shit between them, sharing food. Like you can't share food, but the white guys, the Mexicans do that and they be fine.
You're right. They weren't cool to any of the black guys. I stayed out of it, but they were like some of the white guys they fuck with, but me, they were a couple of the white guys.
So
that
when
jumped
shit
right
hit
in.
the fan, it'd be us versus everybody else. You know, we just us, and so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think there's like a lot of black people in prison, right? Though, so number depends on what jail, what prison you're at, I guess. So number
And
wise,
so sometimes with the blacks a little bit more, but then most of the time the Mexicans try to outpower them.
that's probably
you
why
know?
they started working with the whites. They could get more numbers.
That's
Someone
what
else
happens.
was
That's
telling
when
me
they
that
do it.
They
Yeah,
started working together.
it's just too many niggas.
So it used to be all separate, but now they're like working together. Interesting politics. Hopefully, I'll avoid that for the rest of my fucking life.
Facts, bro. You know, and that's when I had to realize, like, don't do no crimes. Like, I'm not like a guy that need to be doing a bunch of shit. Like, everything I do, I could do under God. You know, I'm okay with answering to God. Like, why'd you do that? Well, I did this for this reason. You know, like my issues was fucking bitches. You know, and that's my
I had
issue.
to say, that was the hardest thing for me to kick, bro. Like any addictions, I can't relate to like gambling, porn, drugs, even. But girls, fuck, it's hard to
Yeah.
kick.
That's where I'm at, and so those are my advices and stuff.
That's definitely the easiest vice to have, which can, you know,
Fuck no,
that can lead into like substance abuse and alcohol and shit.
bro. They
but-
killed some. Bro, they look what they did to some of the homies. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna say no names, but some bitches got some of the homies fucked up.
Yeah, right? No,
Sprung
exactly.
out,
Yeah, I know
done.
exactly what you're talking about. These chicks getting people all strung out on shit. And yeah, women can be a bad vice. That's why I try to keep my ass out of trouble now and stay good. So a couple more things we'll wrap up real quick. How did you end up, seems like you have a foster dad that loves you, which is very fortunate because a lot of people never find that. How did that happen?
Jacob Benny. Jake, I met Jake, we were fighting for the King of the Cage, and one of my Mexican homies that I wrestled a wrestling team with, he was like, we need to find a gym, you know? We were kind of just doing some stuff ourselves, so we need to find a gym. So he spoke to the matchmaker. The matchmaker was like, you should go to Pinnacle. Pinnacle's like the new team that's going to be coming up. So we looked it up, and we went to Pinnacle. But I guess Pinnacle was supposed to be this other gym, but then where I told you my dad was the black belt that was with them and separated. Yeah. So I think they were supposed to, he was trying to say to go over there with them, but we went over here with him. Mm-hmm. So we come train. We trained for the day or so. And wherever I was training before, I had a blue belt under. I started rolling with these guys, and like these guys knew what the fuck was going on. They were training gis and stuff like that, and so it gave me a real work for my money. And I was like, man, I took the blue belt off. I was like, I'll start all over again, like, and actually learn technique, because I was just like doing wrestling moves and overpowering guys.
They gave you the belt because you were able to disrupt.
You know, yeah. So like, I want to learn the actual learn, you know. And so we left that day, and he called me, and he was like, so what are you doing? Like, what are you taking, you know, and stuff like that. And I was just like, what do you mean? He's like, what are you taking? He meant like supplements and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't take anything. He's like, you're not taking supplements? And he's like, bro, you should have this, you know, and start explaining these different things to me. So he's like, you don't take it that seriously? Like, no. And so he just really just, like, well, come in, start working, and put my life together like that in terms of the fighting wise. And then we just kind of got cool from there. I was fucking 21. I just had a baby.
You had no one to guide you in
life.
Yeah.
So he just showed me how to be a father figure too, you know? Like, hey, you should do this with your kid. Be like this. You know, don't be like...
You didn't even know how to act as a parent, right? It's all you've seen is getting abandoned. So it's like, that's fucking terrible, right?
Yeah, and so... But I'm still crazy. I'm still nuts. Where I'm a street kid. So he'd have to go find me.
Yeah.
He'd have to go through the hood and find me. And this fool would go like... I used to have this famous saying where nobody could find me, not even my mama. Because why? Since foster care, I've been in 50 different homes. I could be in all those homes. And you'd have to find me in which home I was in. Because I still got loyalty to all those people. So he'd have literally go through and stop at this house and knock at the door. No, he's not here. Then he'd go over this home. No, he's not here. And then knock. I'd be at up under some girl. Somebody's knocking the door. I'm like, fuck.
Gotta hide.
Tell him I'm asleep, you know? Nah, tell him to come train. And he fucking make me train. And fucking, I just started getting it down. He's always telling me, you got fucking skills, bro. You're gonna be the shit, you know? I never believed him. He used to tell me, quit your job. You're gonna be a fucking fighter. I never quit. Like, for years, I always worked, always had a job. And he was just like, bro. And I finally took it and believed him. But he was the first person to believe in me like that.
No, I was so fortunate to run into someone like that, take you under their wing and really push you to, he saw the talent in you. And a lot of people don't. They just ignore it or leave you be. I'm sure it was annoying at the time when he's chasing you down, but it's like the right thing to do.
Fuck yeah. Yes. A lot of times when we butt heads, you know, like that's my father, you know. We butt heads and we don't always see eye to eye, but we're tight. We talk to each other all the time, you know. And this is something that loyalty's big for me, bro. Loyalty's big, just like it is for you.
Yeah,
you know, if you ride for me, and so he was there at the beginning when I didn't know, you know, and so like when I did the thing, people were all like, "You Uncle Tom." They were saying all this different shit like that. It's like I'm just the type of person that if you looked out for me, I'm always be like, I'm never gonna forget it.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter. Yeah,
I don't forget those days that he came, you know, and did those little things, you know. Bought me my first little cars and shit. Like he bought me my first nice car. And I ended up giving it to my aunt. Damn. I gave it to my aunt when I got another car. And he's like, you gave my car away? Like,
oh, shit.
Still love me and shit, you know? Like, and so we've been through so much shit together. Bro, I was supposed to go to fucking prison. But he didn't snitch on me. He went to prison.
Oh, fuck. Not very few people do that shit nowadays. There's no loyalty. People usually rat like this nowadays.
Yeah, and it was all because he's a great guy, too. He's never had an issue, never broke the law or anything. We went to go buy a car from some guy. And he tried to run a scam on us.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and basically, he got my dad to get a cashier's check, took the check, and then drove off with with the check,
Oh,
but the
fuck.
mileage was different on the car. So my dad was like, "Hey," called the guy. Was like, "Hey, the mileage is wrong." So my dad gave him back the car, and then he took off with the car and the check,
Damn.
and then basically tried to screw him. So we end up driving down there trying to go get the car back. My dad fucking headbutts him. Now he gets an assault charge, gets a fucking a bunch of fucking charges where they try to give him like 200 years and shit. And at the
Jesus.
end of the day, they really wanted the black guy, which was me.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't nothing to do with it, but that's what I'm saying. Is like we've been
He
through
coulda
real
passed
shit
it on to
together,
you.
bro. We've been through real shit together where I wouldn't even had a career because of that shit, but he didn't even mention my
They
name.
should have arrested the other motherfucker instead of him, the guy that stole the fucking tried stealing his money.
Man, but it's who goes to the cops first. We were just cool guys. We don't need to go to cops or nothing. We shook hands at the end of it, you know? We thought it was all good.
And he went to the cops.
He went to the
What a
cops.
fucker.
My dad went to go buy a gym in Atlanta. We thinking everything's fine. He's coming back. He said he saw like 20 cop cars, like in a movie, you know? And he saw a helicopter. He's like, whoever they're going to get is fucked, you know? But they're going to get closer.
Whoever they're gonna get is
They're
fucked.
getting closer to him. He's like,
Wait, what?
He's like, what the fuck? He's like, what's up? Like, what? He's like, they're like, it's you.
Oh,
He's like,
shit,
it's a
that
mistake.
sucks.
He's like, it's got to be a mistake. He's like, nope. They showing the picture. It's him.
That's crazy.
boy
Because it seems like
snitched
they
on him.
wouldn't even be a big deal to actually go to fucking jail for that.
It was so much more, bro. It's a long ass story that I could really break down. And we did some of it on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Okay.
Kind of broke it down. Like we've been through some real shit together, you know. And so like this ain't no sugary like, oh, the white guy, the black guy, the token black guy. You're like,
No,
nah.
fuck people that
This
say that type
motherfucker
of
been in the
shit.
trenches with me, bro. You know what I mean?
People
Coming
say
to the
that
hood
type
to
of
find me and
Just
shit like that, you
it's
know.
just divisive shit. People say that shit.
And we really locked in with this shit. Like my family know him. I know all his family. We know like, we're really locked in. It's not no bullshit.
No, real brotherhood, fucking race doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
That's what people don't understand. Once you have real brotherhood, you can maybe be, you can be pro-white or pro-black and still fucking have deep fucking brothers with people of other races.
Yeah.
So, well, let's hit this UFC and wrap up. There's a pretty good UFC coming up next week. Wanting your opinion on some of these fucking fights. Who is it? Pereira? What do you think about Pereira? He's fighting that fucking
Ankalaev?
Yeah, Ankalaev. What do you think of that rematch?
Man, I'm sort of sad. I'm a Pereira fan, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Man, he got mixed last fight. And he actually got beat on the stand-up aspect, which I was not expecting.
That's what surprised me. Yeah.
Yeah, and so how you going to beat him? He beat you on the stand-up wise, and he was the better wrestler.
Yeah, it's a tough fight. The only thing I see is I think he had 3 fights like in 6 months. I think he was overtrained or he wasn't
so,
training
too.
that hard. So.
I was going to say the same thing. I feel like he was burnt out.
Yeah, I think he had.
He was
they fought him too much, like back to back. The UFC will do that.
And then you got the media obligations. He's got so many media obligations to be here, to make the money outside the cage, you know?
No, the media aspect's fucking
Yeah, that's
so
draining
exhausting.
him. Yeah.
When you're doing that, you're cutting
He was
weight.
done, bro. I think he was burnt, you know? And so maybe that'll give him some rejuvenation to come back, you know, bring that left hook back. I think he hits that left hook, he wins, you know, but
Yeah, no, I think it's kind of a toss up. A couple more. Oh, Marab's fighting that Corey Sandhagen on that card. I'm gonna pick Marab on that one, but it's a good fight.
who you want to win?
I know Marab personally, so I like Marab, so I know him.
I fuck with Marab. Marab's a great guy.
Yeah, so he's.
But I even told Marab the same shit as like, Marab, come here, let me fuck with you, bro. Let me show you some shit, you know? Let me fuck with you. But I already beat a couple guys from their camp and shit, so I felt like I'm fighting the guys, so I felt like maybe he felt like I'm going like try to hurt him or some shit like that. Like, bro, you're just a little dude. I'll never do. I want to show like fuck with you, you know? Just show him so he can open up a little bit more, you know?
No, he has that like fucking intensity though. That third gear, I agree. He has technical mistakes, but he just
Marab,
like brings
bro,
the
but
fucking
to
pace.
Keep it real, I'm going Corey all day. Corey's way more exciting, way more gonna give you a way more better fight, you know? And so that's where I'm at back with it. We need those Americans to come back, like to bring that. So hopefully Corey wins this shit, so then we can have Corey at the fucking White House.
That's true. It was actually a pretty good card. Jury, I don't want to say his last name, per the fucking Polish dude versus Roundtree. That's a good fight too.
You sure?
That's
Good
what
fight?
it says here on I go to MMA Junkie. But yeah, I thought he was
No,
fighting.
you're tripping, bro.
Roundtree, isn't he fighting someone else? Right? Wasn't he fighting
What you
fucking?
guys are talking about?
I
But no,
pulled
that's
MMA
right. You're
Junkie.
right.
I pulled it-
Roundtree.
I pulled it
You're
MMA
Roundtree. You're right.
Junkie,
You're right.
yeah.
Roundtree is
Cody
fighting.
Roundtree.
He is right. That is right. Roundtree is
But is
fighting.
it Jury he's fighting?
Yeah. In my head, when you said Roundtree, I automatically thought you were talking about my boy Jamal for a second.
No,
So I was
not Jamal.
like,
No,
they
Jamal,
already
yeah.
fought. So yeah, Roundtree. Yeah. they're
Yeah,
fighting.
no, yeah, that should be a good fight.
That one there, I'm gonna go with Jerry. Again, I feel like Jerry's exciting. To me, Roundtree kind of like he fights in two spots, like sit there and just
And Jury kind of goes in the zone, like kind of like
sit there and just wait on you, and then fighting, and then get a big spot. He'll bang, 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 and it'll be like, oh, and then back to sitting
see, he goes
all day.
in the same rhythm that Ty's do, and Jury kind of like goes out there and
I'm saying, like, I can see where, like, even when on the fight where he fought Hill, I felt like there's times where he was dropping Hill. I would think he would put more pressure. He would become more aggressive. He would do more things, but he just kind of like stayed in that rhythm. And I'm just like, no, like you could have had a fight of the night potential, but you just.
I think it's like that Thai rhythm. Like the Thais do a lot of things amazing, but they kind of fall into that rhythm sometimes. You can start reading it.
Yeah,
Like I don't know if you train with a lot of Thai guys. They get like two in a rhythm sometimes, where you can like start figuring out how to break the rhythm.
Bingo.
Some guys have trouble with it, but for me, I always did pretty good against that like Thai style. When they fall in that rhythm, I can start reading that rhythm.
You speaking Spanish right now to the audience. That's that rhythm, you know.
That's
and,
true.
And breaking rhythm, you know. I even got something I call broken rhythm that I'm working on right now. Broken rhythm, fighting in broken rhythm, something totally different. I'm trying to work on right now as I'm going through the.
If you start breaking someone's rhythm, they start falling apart. If you're able to start fucking breaking the rhythm.
Yeah, and so breaking the rhythm, right? So now, how do you break somebody's rhythm? You go right at them. You go right in between the rhythm so that you don't let them develop their rhythm. You know. Well, what if my rhythm isn't a rhythm? Then you can't predict it. If I don't even know a rhythm, then you can't predict my rhythm. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have a rhythm, you know. But most fighters fight on the rhythm.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
You start picking up their reads and everything.
Yeah, yes. And so now if I could now take my fighting to where I'm not even sure when the time is, I'm just seeing it. Not actually like, oh, I'm gonna do this 2-3-2, you know?
Yes, it becomes
no, I'm actually
to read.
Oh shit, he dropped his hand right there. Now I'm a bow, you know?
Yeah, no, so just getting hustle. Yeah. Some guys can throw you off with good feints and shit
but
too.
off the rhythm now, breaking the rhythm tells me what you're gonna do. As I'm faking you, shows me your cards. So if I go boom and you go, he's gonna shoot a right hand, you know, or he went back, so he's gonna go back. So you make these reads, you know. But as you make these reads, the person starts to develop too. They'll stop all of a sudden faking to you.
Yeah, they'll start doing different shit.
Because now they develop that. So now I have to be able to keep you in that certain state of the not knowing. So as you don't know, you just have to react. I'm playing the show. And so it's a long thing, but we're going to get around. We're going to fuck around. I'm going to show you.
Well, there's guys like Anderson Silva. He's a good example. If he goes in there the first minute or two, he'd barely throw any punches. He's just out there just trying to pick up the guy's read, and then he just starts attacking. He's more of a counter puncher, but he's always like the first couple minutes, he never does anything. He's just like feeling the guy's rhythm, feeling the read, seeing all of his movements. Because you can watch tape, but you can't really tell for sure till you get in there with someone. You start feeling their distancing, their timing.
But back to your singing, like you're just pointing out this card. Who's the two headliners?
Yeah, like not Americans, right? It was Brazilian, and is he a Chechnyan or Dagestani?
Whatever you want to put him as, you know, he's.
And then Marab, not American, yeah. Jury, not American, yeah. A lot of the guys.
It's gone. I said it. The Max and the Dustin was the last American headline we were gonna get.
I knew it was going down, but I didn't realize to the extent. Now that you mention it, it is getting pretty fucking bad. It used to be mostly Americans. It was America versus Brazil.
You know. It's gonna change now. The landscape is changing. The culture's gonna change, and I just hope it don't change to some stupid shit where I'm like, guys like, you know, like, oh god, don't change into that.
Yeah, the sport's always evolving and changing.
You know, but I just hope it don't go to that. I was hoping it was gonna get to something sicker, you know, where guys are doing backflips and kicking motherfuckers and shit, you know, versus going to that. I
think the UFC doubling their pay would help a little bit. They could easily double their pay and still make a shitload of profits.
And that's what I was trying to get to is the pay. The pay's got to jump up, bro. And I think that's going to bring more athletes, bring more people to want to do that. Because we're the trend starters a lot of times, bro, with style and stuff. A lot of stuff comes from America and stuff and what we try to create, you know. We're the guys. We're the biggest fight capital and stuff like that. So if you guys are gonna come here and watch us do what we do, you know, but now they're taking over it, and it's not the same.
Well, it's crazy. They don't want to pay guys well. A good example is like everyone wants to see Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor 3, but the UFC would have to pay them both well, and they don't want to pay two people well. So instead, they'll try to get Conor to fight like someone they don't have to pay well. It's kind of wild, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The fans want to see it, but they won't pay. They don't want to pay two guys well at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. So what we do is we pay one well and one short, so we can do this type of thing, and we try to get it so that the low guy can win for us, so we save money.
Isn't that wild? But that's how they view it. Well, shit, where can people find you and stuff before we wrap up? Like Instagram, Twitter.
Well, people can find me.
Is there anything you want to
Bro,
plug?
I don't want to be found.
All right, people
I
don't
don't
need to
want to
find
be
you.
found. Nah, I'm just a spirit, you know?
Hell yeah.
I'm just going along my journey and shit. I popped in on you today.
Hell
you
yeah.
know,
Yo, it was just random. You were,
you know,
like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, let's get a
it's just,
podcast.
that's what I'm saying. I'm just moving along through my journey and shit. And if I could bless you with something that was cool, that you like, cool. If you don't like it, my bad, you know? But I'm not trying to be found, bro. Like, I don't post that much or try to tell people anything I'm doing. I don't care if you watch me or not. You watch me, cool. Not, it's okay. I'm not tripping. Don't watch me. I'm not even trying to get people to watch me. I'm too crazy and I don't want people in my business. You know?
Like I said, I don't know that well, but you're friends with Nate. So I'm like, oh, he must be crazy and cool. Because Nate only hangs out with cool people, but I think we're all a little crazy.
Yeah. I keep it cool around them because they're already nuts. You know? I don't need to be extra'd out, you know?
Yeah, it's already crazy. That's like I was saying earlier. It's like we need to get the rest of the crew to stop being so crazy. We're like older now, trying to be chill. Well, shit, man. Thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
It's an honor to be on the show.
Hell yeah. Cool. I think we're good.
Oh.
Hey guys, Jake Shields here. As you know, a lot of my guests are extremely controversial. So if you want to support free speech and my podcast, go to fightbackpodcast.com.